you can turn that off or turn that down or whatever you want.
that's
I'm just muted on
true.
my end.
Okay, I'll have it
All
pretty
right.
low, but I want
Yeah.
to have something there.
Oops. All right, we're ready.
All right.
All right. Let's
So,
see what we
you don't
got
know
here.
Jack.
I don't know Jack.
I don't either. All right, draw full animate.
Drawful animate. Um, I
I
don't.
like it. I think it was pretty good.
I think it was decent. Like, it was overall pretty decent. Um, it's nice that you have the two like where you because it's like animated, so you can go like back and forth in the drawings. That was kind of cool,
Yeah.
but I'm not a good artist. I can't really like
Yeah,
do
but that's
that
the point. It's called drawful.
because you're
Awful.
awful at drawing.
Drawful.
Fair enough, actually.
That's the
That's
point. And most of their drawing games are designed for you to not be good at drawing. It's actually better if you're not.
that is true. Actually, now
I
that
think. I
actually
mean,
is true. I
and
mean,
like, I have some concept of what I'm doing when I'm drawing. But
well, that's because you're a
Jackbox
drawer.
does
You're an
not.
artist. You're an amazing
But
artist. What are you
Jackbox
talking about?
doesn't make it easy, even if you
You are
do know what you're
amazing
doing.
at
But
drawing.
that's what I'm saying. That it's like if you even if you know what you're doing, Jackbox makes it very difficult because Drawful doesn't give you an eraser. Even if
It
you know what
doesn't.
you're
Oh,
doing,
you're
it's not
right.
good.
Oh, you're right.
And
I forgot
that's the
about that.
point. That's the point.
Well, it does do good at that. So I mean,
I think we'll just stick it in B.
it's
Maybe
like
move it to
B.
low A in the future.
I don't know about A just because it
Okay,
never really stuck out to
maybe.
me. I'd say like B or
Okay.
C. So probably B. I mean, if you think like A or B and I think B or C, then it
I
should
think
probably
B
be
is
in
probably
B.
fine wherever it is.
It's like
I think
it's a
fine
good
with
like middle ground there.
Yeah. It's not one you could play like 3 times in a row and like
It
get an
really
entire.
isn't. Yeah.
I think that's what we should say of like S and high A for.
If you can just have entire sessions dedicated to one game,
Yeah.
then that'd be like an A or S game for
like
sure.
one certain
Hey
game
Ducky,
I know
what's
of,
going
but
on, man?
we won't get in there.
We're just
We
over
won't-
here
we won't get
chilling
there
out
yet,
for a
but-
little bit. Why on earth did it not actually change the title of this chat?
It is still like we found grandma or whatever it was yesterday.
Yeah, here comes Granny. So, so you've never played
How
Jackbox?
was that?
Ducky?
What was up with that game?
That game was actually pretty fun. So
I never heard of that game. I saw you
it was
were
just a
playing it.
demo. So like, one person is
Was it like you had
driving
to
a
guide
car,
somebody?
and they cannot see the road. They can see like
Oh,
barely.
no.
They're like below where the wheel is, so you can see like the roof of stuff, but you can't see like cars
Oh,
that are right in
no.
front of you. And the other person in the back seat can see everything clearly, but they have to explain to you how to do that while the car is impossibly hard to
Oh,
drive.
hope nobody explodes.
It was really good.
That's kind
All
of cool.
right.
I like
So next would be Bidiots.
idiots.
Honestly, Bidiots
I'm gonna leave
is
this one more up to you, because I've played it like twice,
right.
and I really liked it both times.
It's honestly one of those games that, depending on the group, is either a top tier game or a game that's like, this is pointless, this is stupid. And then you got predatory loans up there. If you have a loan and you need to get it now, you got like those things. It is such a good game. I think it should be in like
You've turned around. You started out with like, well, it's like pretty alright, and then you started getting the predatory loans.
No,
and you're
no,
like, this is
no.
the best Jackbox game.
Well, the thing with it is, because you have to draw multiple different things and you're having to
Yeah.
buy certain things on your list, you don't know what is already out there and what other people need to buy. So people are bidding up on
Mhm.
your item that they don't want just to bid
They
you
don't
up.
even need.
So it's definitely like, I would say it's better than Drawful animated. I would probably put it in B
Yeah.
tier as well, because even though it is really
This is
fun,
good.
it's dependent on the group. Ducky, it is
Yeah,
not.
it's
It
good
is
that
not
we're-
F tier. No,
What?
Bidiots is
I
like a
said
B
you
tier.
never played the game before.
She did. Yes, I'm on a rocking recliner chair. It's great.
Oh.
I love this chair.
That's great.
This is a perfect chair for relaxing and playing games in my room.
This is perfect that we ended up with Bidiots and Drawful right next to each other, because we can compare drawing games to each other. It's gonna get trickier when we
actually
have
is
to compare like a
true.
word game with a drawing game or a
That-
trivia game with a drawing game.
Yeah. So next
I think at that point it's
would
just gonna come to
be
replayability or something.
Next is Blather Round.
Blather
You have
Round. I
played
think
significantly
I
more Blather Rounds
love
than
this
me.
game.
I
I think
know
this is
you love Blather Rounds.
A to S.
The thing
It's
is,
so good.
it's one of those
We'll stick
games
with
that's
A,
like,
I think.
even if you have like a bad group with it, it's still pretty good. It's still,
Yeah,
it's
like
a good,
pretty,
it's a
pretty
top
flexible.
notch jackpot,
Yeah.
Jackbox game. I'd probably put that in S tier actually. I'd
Okay.
put
I
S
was
tier.
gonna
I'd say that's our
lean
first
towards
S
A
tier.
and then maybe put it at S.
It may be like a lower S, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is
We'll see.
absolutely an S tier game because you've got everything you need for a good Jackbox game. You've got one person that's over there describing like a movie or something without saying the word,
Like
and then they're like,
like
"It's a robotic movie about an action." it's like what?
it's about a giant guy. Whoa.
Is it the Iron Giant? No. He is
No.
very orange.
It's nothing like the
It's
Iron
not. It
Giant.
is nothing like the Iron Giant. It's top tier. It's just so good.
Whoa, beautiful
Turned on
sky.
office turn, dang. So, Bomb Corp.
I have played this one time with you about 5 years ago. And I
It
don't
was
remember it
that
at all.
long ago. You're right. It was that
I-
long ago. Oh
It
my
was like
gosh!
Five
Wow.
or more years ago, maybe.
So, I played quite a bit of Bomb Corp. It has like a story mode, which isn't very good. Then it has an unlimited mode where you have to defuse as many bombs as possible, and after every defuse, you get more time. So I think our record
Okay.
between me and Swifty was like 11 or 12 bombs defused.
Whoa.
It's not
I think
bad.
we did like one.
Yeah. Well, it's not bad,
we
but
got
the
one that we
rules that you
blew
have
up.
on your phone, like, I'd put it in either C or D, just because
Let's be nice and put it in C just for now.
it's really
'Cause we
not
don't know
that-
what we're going
it's
up against
really
for
not
D now.
that bad. Yeah, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not the kind of game that you would build an entire session around, but it is
Yeah.
pretty decent, and like you have to actually communicate with each other, so it is kind of good for that. It's very unique in terms of Jackbox games.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a Ducky's just over here, like, what are these fools blathering about?
Well, watching us rate games that
he's
never
never
played
even heard
before.
of or seen.
we could be making
Bracketeering.
all this up. This could be just like one big joke. We made a bunch of random logos. We're
Exactly.
rating games that don't exist.
That would actually
We-
be so funny
That
to
would be
do.
really funny.
Today we're ranking
might-
Risden games. It's like, it's not even a company that exists. It's not even like
Never-
published.
Nope. Me and my friend one time joked about doing like an April Fool's stream or something where we just like did a tier list of like 100 colors and made like just like
color tier
completely
list.
like crazy arguments for every color and like why they were better than other colors and worse than other colors.
Honestly, you can make that
It was like an
argument. though.
hour-long
You can
video or
absolutely do that. Also, I appreciate your contribution, Ducky. Thank you for keeping the bot chat clean from all the bots. Green and yellow are A tier. I agree wholeheartedly. Both of those are A tier.
True.
Yep.
True.
Blue has to be S tier. There's blue
That's
is
true. There's
so
some
good.
really
there's
nice colors of
there's
blue.
really nice colors. It's water. It's like it's such a clear
Very
color.
peaceful.
Very peaceful palette. All right. Bracketeering.
All right, racketeering.
So
I will just start with saying that it is up to 16 players and it's pretty bad without it. Like you
It's
don't
bad
have
without it.
like more than like 8 people, or no, not 8, not 16. Sorry, it's 8. And so if you don't
never even
have
really
close to
done
8
bracketeering.
people,
Wait, which one was
it can be
bracketeering?
fun.
Is that the one
It's like-
where
It's like everyone has like a topic, and the entire bracket is based on the topic. And
Yep,
everyone puts in a different answer, and then you kind of whiplash style vote your way through it.
I do remember that. It'd be like, so you've got
And then,
one
like,
person
the
over
prompt
here who has
changes
munchkins,
each round.
and then you got this guy over here who says potato butt. Potato butt is definitely better than munchkins. I mean, you gotta admit, potato butt's pretty good.
They have like a topic
So-
you're voting for, like best name for a new brand of coffee,
Potato butt.
and so then like everyone has to vote for it, and they're like, yeah, sure, okay.
Because
And
I
so they
mean,
vote along, but then the prompt changes, and you have to vote something you voted for as a coffee
Oh,
brand.
that's right.
Now
So
it
now
has to
now
be
the
like
entire topic has
something
changed to the
you would
next
want
round.
to say.
So now
Yeah.
instead of being like coffee beans, now it's like theme park names. Well,
First thing you say to some stranger you've never met,
potato butt.
and you're like, oh,
What?
maybe not that one
Maybe
anymore.
not that one. Yeah, I agree. Actually, honestly,
So it's like it's pretty fun.
it's
I think maybe
it's C or D
I
though.
see.
It's still like a C or D. It's probably better than
Okay.
Bomb Corp. I'd say it's above Bomb
Yeah,
Corp.
better than Bomb Corp.
I'd say it's
So
probably
not
better.
D, but not probably in the possibilities of ones that could leak over into B.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I think now it probably would be a lot better if you played it with all 8 people, because it would save you from having to type in so many prompts as a single person.
True. Oh, you have to do
Because
that.
I played it with
Oh.
4 people, so you have to kind of cover the missing prompts
Oh.
if you have 4 people.
That's kind of rigged
By
because what if
some
one
people
person
having
has
to
like
type
2 and
in
everyone else has
2.
1?
I think somehow they
That's
made it
kinda
so that everyone
rigged.
types in 2 or something. I don't remember, or the bracket changes size, or I don't remember.
Hmm.
It's been so long.
Interesting. Push
But the game
the
is probably
button.
definitely more interesting.
Push the
Push
button.
the button.
This is
I-
either A or a B tier for me.
Okay.
It's
I will lean more towards
absolutely
what you think of it.
it's
I've played it,
absolutely A or
like,
B tier. This
uh,
is the Among Us of Jackbox games, right?
Yeah.
This game is
Yeah.
good. Like, you got 12 minutes to find who the alien is. Sometimes you got people that are like, I'm the alien. And it's like, okay, we'll vote you. No, I'm the alien. Like, what do I do? It's like, well, we vote you out now. What do you mean? What do we do?
But you can only vote one person out, so you have to like be pretty
Yep,
sure.
Yep. It gets so in your head because like I know for a fact this guy is the alien, but I need to convince everyone else that they think he's the
Yeah,
alien.
yeah.
Because otherwise they're gonna think I'm
You're
the
like
alien.
crazy guy.
And
No,
if
I
there's
forgot
not
it.
a
He's
full
the alien.
vote, it's like, no, we're not talking about that ducky. We're not talking about that. That's rigged. Oh well. You got so quiet, dude.
What, me?
Yes, you got like so quiet after that.
What do you mean?
So push the button. I would say, God, it's pretty good. I put it in A tier. It's better than
Alright,
Bidius.
I'll go with you on that one because I think I played with you
I don't
and
care if I'm
a
better
couple
than Ron on a
others
bad day.
on
I'm
that
good
one.
every day. Go on.
I think I played Push the Button with you and Annie and a couple others like
Yep.
not too long ago, and it was
wasn't too long
it
ago.
was a lot of fun.
It is really good.
I think it's one of those ones that's like just not one I would play with my family, which is usually what I do on Jackboxes, play games with my
Right.
family. So
Hey, Karen.
these like ones where you have to like hide and like lie and stuff is like they're not usually the ones we go for, but it is fun with friends, I think.
It definitely is.
But I haven't played it enough to really make a professional opinion of that.
Yeah, I'd definitely say A tier for that one. Now, Ducky,
Yeah.
I think on Lethal Company, I would be C tier, not F tier. That was rigged.
Secondary tier list going on now.
Ducky over here is talking about Lethal Company tier list he made the other day where he put me in F tier after saying that I would have been
Whoa.
SS tier for laughter. But he put me in F tier anyways. It's rigged.
That should balance out at least to D tier.
Exactly.
You're doing something. You're laughing.
C is not
F tier would be like
generous. Have you
someone sitting
seen
there doing
Have you
nothing.
seen when I'm actually trying the actual benefit I bring to the table? I've had times where I
True.
bring back like $500 worth of loot in one setting, like, and he put me in F tier. Like, what the heck? Okay,
That is
next up,
unfair.
Champed
Champed
Up.
up.
I'd say you
Have you
get
played this
more.
one?
I have played this one like once or twice actually.
Okay.
I give you precedence on this one though.
I have only played this one a couple of times because I don't usually play the drawing games. I think it was pretty good. It was pretty funny. It was like bracketeering if it was TKO.
It was. It was kind of like a mix of TKO and bracketeering in the same exact way, just like you said.
And I think it was funny because you would draw something and then what it was the champion of would change. And so you'd have to like come up with random new
Yes!
excuses
Oh,
of why people
wait!
should vote for
Oh
you.
wait, you get the actual like you get to name the champion too. So it'd be like the
Yeah.
champion of pancakes, and you have like a pig over here with like a cape
Yeah.
on it. That actually was a
and
pretty
you
good
have like,
game. That
and then
actually
you
was
have to
pretty
draw
good.
it, and then like some other name will come through, and you're like, okay, well I drew the champion of pancakes, but now I need like the champion of, you know,
Peanut butter.
something else. I don't know. I can't think of any. Yeah,
Champion of
peanut
peanut
butter.
butter. The champion
And
of
so you have to
PB
like
and J, and then you just draw
convince
like a weird
everyone.
mom, like a weird mom with like a chef hat. It was so good.
So you have to like change up your argument of why your champ should be that one. I think it's better than bracketeering.
Better than bracketeering. Yep, I'd say C or B.
I think we'll leave it right there.
Fair
I
enough.
know a lot of people really like it.
Yep.
I don't personally have too much.
Is it worse than Drawful
problem with it.
Animated?
I think
I think it's better than Drawful Animated.
I want to say yes.
I think it's better than Drawful Animated because
I
it
think
is a
it
good game. Like
is.
you have the actual tier list there. You can name each thing. Like there's a lot to it, and it's also like better than bracketeering.
And you're
I'd say
like-
it's B tier.
and
It's not C tier.
you're always kind of in. You're always playing because
Yes,
you're always voting
exactly.
for someone or drawing.
Yep.
With Drawful, there's a lot of downtime where you're just waiting for people to finish
Whole lot of
drawing,
downtime. Oh my gosh, it's like
or it's
4
your turn
minutes
and
of
like
drawing.
you're drawing up on the screen.
4 minutes. It's too
Yeah, 4
long.
minutes is crazy.
It's too long.
And like sometimes it's like when it's your turn and your drawing's up there, you're just sitting there waiting for people to vote. You're like, guys,
Yeah.
it's just like a cricket. Just
It's
type
like
cricket,
cricketing.
please.
I'm at least
Alright.
higher on Repo tier list. Let's go. So next, Devils and the Details. I think you get precedence on this because I was very
I
confused when I played it.
So this one I think is a lot of fun, but I think it requires the right kind of group that isn't afraid to speak up and like demand someone help them.
Wait.
Because like you can really get stuck if no one's willing to like say like someone help me clean the closet. The water pipes are breaking in the kitchen. Someone go do, you know, like you kind of need like a leader to like kind of make commands and push people around and stuff. I think if you have that, it could be really good. I'm sure if you don't, it probably would be not very exciting.
Yeah,
So I
whenever
think-
we were playing it with my family, we didn't really understand what was going on, so we were just kind of playing it safe. Every now and then I'd do
Yeah.
like one of the risky things, and everyone would get mad at me. But it was like,
Yeah, that's the problem. You have to play with a group that understands that the selfish tasks are like kind of
needed.
required. You kind of need to
Right.
do them, or else everyone's just gonna have the same score.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
everyone's got to do one, and you can't take it too personally when someone else does it.
That's the kind of game that I need to play with you at some point so that I can get a better idea of it. But
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
let
yeah.
you put that wherever you think,
I think
like B tier.
I think right here is probably fine.
Okay.
Maybe
Gotcha.
maybe right there.
There, Drawful
We'll
Animated?
leave it there.
Drawful Animated is gonna be like the bottom of B tier at this point.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we put it there. I mean, we were thinking that it would probably end up at the bottom. I was.
All right, next,
All right.
Dictionarium.
Dictionarium.
Okay,
I
so
think this was pretty good.
so
I think it's pretty good. It's like a nice little filler game.
now it is one of those like you can tell it's like a filler game, but sometimes we dedicate entire sessions to this game. It is
Really?
there's something so charming about this one. Like it's so
Yeah.
simple. It's literally like the most bare bones, not the most, but one of the most
Yeah.
bare bones Jackbox games. But there's something so charming about it.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a good one.
I
I'd
think
say it's like
it-
I don't know about A tier because it is like there's not
Yeah.
much to it. It's probably a B or C tier, but it is a fun game.
Maybe right about here. Maybe right about here.
I think the
Right
best part
there.
about it is the actual the host. The host is really good for dictionary.
Yeah. Yeah. True. I think it requires like a very creative group to
It does. It requires
see a
very
word and
creative
then
group.
go like, yeah, I know exactly what that word you just made.
I
mean.
think I used to have one saved. I don't remember what it was, but it was like something like we started having entire sessions with Randall. I think Karen was there actually.
Yeah, there was one where when we played with, it was like it's like 4 of us and we played and we had like some crazy word.
we
that
always get
Karen
crazy
said as her
words on it.
nickname on Discord for a while.
Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't
Like
surprise
can't
me.
remember what the word was.
I think
It was like a
probably
long
B
word.
tier.
It was like it was crazy.
Oh,
I think
oh! I know what word it was. Oh my gosh!
What?
Oh my gosh! What was it? Oh, it was.
When you
almost-
said you remembered.
it was like a 25-letter
Let me
word.
search
How
the
can I?
Discord. Yeah,
How
it
can I
was like
remember what it
purple
was?
schnoofenfloofer or something like
Oh,
that. Booper Snoofeldo.
Booper Snoofeldo. That's right. Yeah, I made that. I made that word. Booper
Yeah.
Snoofeldo. It
Booper
was.
Snoofeldo.
What was the definition? It was
I don't remember. I
when
think the word was all that really mattered.
No, it had a definition, and then you also made like the little in it.
How do you even spell that?
Booperschnoofeldo. Booper Snoofeldo. Anyways, moving on.
A foreign last name. I was gonna try to find the picture, but I can't find the picture.
Goodness.
If there was a screenshot or anything that we posted. Okay, well let's move on, I guess.
All right, Civic
Doodle.
Civic Doodle.
I like the host on this one.
The host is pretty good. I gotta
very
admit.
funny.
I always had mixed feelings about Civic Doodle. The host was really good.
Why?
It was entertaining, but something about actually drawing it, since it's like a group effort, I don't know. It wasn't bad. It's not a bad concept.
It was a pretty unique idea that they haven't gone back to, where like everyone's like doing layers on the drawing. I think the only problem with it was like there's rarely a goal with it.
There's not really a goal with it.
Someone drew a circle, so now you just do something with the circle. There was never like.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that maybe there was a prompt of what you should draw.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a C tier.
Everyone needs to try to draw a cat.
Yeah, I think it's more of a C tier because there's like a lack of guidance there. But the actual game concept was decent. It's better than bracketeering. It's better than bracketeering.
Yeah.
Bracketeering.
Bracketeering.
All right, next
I think
up.
That's a good spot. Just regular drawful.
Is it better than drawful animated is the real question.
Yeah, I think that's where we should start. Is it here or here, and where should it go from there?
I never played a lot of just drawful. Never played a lot of it. Yes,
I would say there's probably just some simplicity to regular drawful that would make it better, and it's quicker. You know, like you said, there's 4-minute drawing times on here. It's probably like a minute or two on a regular drawful.
It's true. I mean, you did have prompts.
I think I would say it was better, but I don't know how much better than the rest of these games.
Is it really better than drawful animated? Because I don't remember if I had
know. I'm like pretty
not.
inexperienced with drawful.
I'm mostly inexperienced with it too, so that's where I'm like, I don't quite remember. Would it have been better than the animated one?
I don't remember like the little details of updates they made to it.
I don't either.
Wasn't there a drawful too?
I think it was drawful animated.
It was a standalone game. It wasn't part of the Jackbox.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's not going to be in this list.
I think it's slightly worse than the animated one.
Okay, what if we just like put them right next to each other? Like
put them right next to each other because they're both like
right.
They're both pretty much the same on that.
Now, do we still think that Dictionarium is worse than both of those?
Personally, I do like Dictionarium more than both of them.
I think I would agree.
As an actual game, is it better? Because you have to be somewhat
quicker.
It's way quicker. Oh, it's way quicker.
I don't know.
I'd rather play a lot of drawing games over drawful, but Dictionarium I would prefer over drawful. So I actually probably would. I probably would.
I think that's good there.
Actually, yeah. Next.
All right.
Earwax. Earwax.
Now, this is another one I've only played with you and a couple other people. I think from here. So
this is the kind of game.
I'm gonna leave this one more in your court.
This is the kind of game you cannot base an entire session around because it's somewhat repetitive, but it is a very fun concept because you're given like 6 different sounds and you cannot hear what they sound like. And a prompt, so it'll be like something you don't want to hear, something you don't want to hear at midnight when you're in a cabin all by yourself, and you have 6 different names of sound effects, and you're like, "What on earth is tuba explosion?" and you like choose that, and then loud juicy fart, and you put both of those on top of each other, and you've got. And then you've got loud juicy farts like It's like, yeah, I don't want to hear that at midnight.
Yeah, that's not what you want to hear.
But getting to vote for it honestly is pretty good because it's anonymous as well. But
Yeah.
overall, though, as an actual like Jackbox game, you wouldn't really want to play it that much. But it is a very fun concept, and I do enjoy Earwax personally. I would probably B's starting to get kind of stacked, but I probably would put it in B tier actually. I think I
A-tier is
would.
usually the one that ends up with the most stuff. So
I think it's. It is a funny game. I'd say it's next to Dictionarium.
next to in which way?
God, they're so different.
Yeah, they are really different. One is like
It's
about
definitely
words,
more
and
of
one's
a
about sounds.
It's definitely more of a traditional Jackbox game in terms of like round based and
Yeah.
everything. I'd say it's probably a little bit better, personally.
Yeah, okay.
Earwax is definitely pretty decent.
I'll agree with that one.
Faking it. Oh, brother.
Faking it, man. I got some problems with faking it.
Okay, so faking it has some issues, but it is absolutely a game you can base an entire session around. And we have.
That's true. That is
You
very
absolutely can base an entire session around faking it, and it works. Now,
true. And I love the art style.
I love the art style. It's
so good.
It's heavily dependent on the group, and
Yeah.
it is basically impossible to ever hide. So in that aspect,
Yeah.
it is not the greatest, but it does leave a lot of fun speculation with friends, and it is an absolutely
Yeah.
blast to play in person whenever you have someone that cannot fake it, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, what
sadly,
did
it is
you do?
impossible
What
to
did
play
you do?
online.
He's like,
Yeah.
2? You've done it twice? You've gone to the bathroom with pants on twice? It's like,
What do you mean?
I had one time.
Suspicious, and then they're not the faker, and you're like, what do you mean?
I had one time where it was like the last prompt thing you had to make a thing, and I was the faker, so it gave me like a random prompt, and it was like favorite movie, and I was like favorite childhood movie. I was like, Cars, I guess. I don't know. and it turned out the prompt was actually, what is the most quotable movie?
Oh no, it's need to like make an argument for Ka-chow or something.
And everyone looked at me and was like, Cars? And I was like, life is a highway. And everyone just started laughing and immediately voted me out. It became an actual meme in my family. My family will now look at me sometimes and say, life is a highway. So it has a lot of good aspects to it. Even though it has fatal flaws, it is a phenomenal Jackbox game.
Yeah.
I think it's A tier.
It's definitely a classic. Whoa, really?
I think it's
You think it's better than all these?
Yes. I absolutely do.
Okay.
Even though it has blatant flaws, I would say it's the bottom of A tier. It is a top tier.
I've never really experienced faking it the way it's meant to be played because I've only played with my family, and we like only do stuff together. So if I said I had like 7 burgers in the past week, they're gonna know something's up.
That does make it difficult.
They know I haven't. It's like I've never just played with friends in person.
And it is heavily dependent on the group. But if you get the right group, it is a phenomenal Jackbox game.
Yeah. And I think it's definitely better with more players because someone might throw on accident and look really suspicious because they misunderstood the question or just wrote something weird.
Yep.
And so you kind of need that, like,
especially because you can sense like hesitation. It's like everyone will either raise their hand or not, and you have to dedicate beforehand what you're gonna do. And you raise your hand, and no one else rose their hand. It's like you don't even know the prompt yet. It's like, it's like, oh
no, I did what? What did I just say? I did.
What did I just say? Now, I have been able to
trying to pretend like you knew that was the prompt the whole time.
I have been able to pull off pretending knowing what the prompt was without even seeing the prompt pop up, and I was right before. And I was able to actually fake the entire round because of it.
That's crazy.
Because they're like, no, but he knew what it was. It was like, but how did you do that? I was like, because I've done it before. It was again with Mason, and Mason's hilarious. He was like, because I've done it before, and so everyone voted Mason. It was so good.
That's crazy.
All right. Fibbage 2.
Fibbage 2. I've never played anything before Fibbage 3, so
Fibbage
this
2 is a classic Fibbage. I would say it is a solid Fibbage. It is solid. Definitely solid. It's got a good end music. It's got
F
classic.
stands for Fibbage.
No,
Put it in
no.
Fibbage tier.
It's no, it is not that. It is.
No, I like Fibbage.
I like Fibbage. I would say
I think it's probably one of my
B tier.
favorite Jackbox things.
It's probably B for that one.
Where at?
Uh,
There's no. This is our first trivia game, so this is hard to compare it to any of these here.
It is. Better than
Just
the
based on the
Drawful
concept
games.
of Fibbage, I would say better than Drawful and Dictionarium, I would think. But that's without knowing really anything about how this one works, other than just that it's Fibbage.
It's better than Earwax.
Okay.
And I'd probably say it's better than Bidiots. It's probably top of B tier.
Okay.
Probably top of B tier.
That's
solid.
fine with me. It's
Yeah,
Fibbage.
that's
I love
solid.
Fibbage,
I
so
love
it's,
Fibbage.
it's definitely.
That's a solid game. That's solid. Next would be Fibbage 3.
We got Fibbage 3. We got a tricky.
Is it better than
trifecta
Fibbage
here.
2?
I love Fibbage 3 and Fibbage 4. I've never played Fibbage 2, so
Which
I can't
one
really
is Fibbage
say,
3?
but,
Which party pack is that on?
that one was in pack 4, 3 or 4.
I never played a lot of
was
Fibbage 3
4.
personally. I think it would probably be better than Fibbage 2.
Okay,
Personally,
I would agree.
I'd put it in top.
Just because it's the one I know better.
Now, Fibbage 4.
Fibbage 4 is great.
Top
It's my
tier
favorite.
Fibbage. It is the best
I
Fibbage.
think this is like S tier. I think.
I think Fibbage 4 is S tier. It's currently top of S tier because
I
that's the
think
one that has.
That's gonna be hard to beat.
That's gonna be hard to beat because it has the family one. So you're making different
Yeah,
trivia
enough
about
about
your
you.
family, and
Yeah,
that is such a good Jackbox
Fibbage 3
game.
also has enough about you. If that changes your opinion of that one.
Does it? I
It does.
actually
That's where
did
it
not
came
know
from. That's where enough about you came from. You can actually see it in the picture
that.
here.
Wow, I actually did not know that.
It says you right there. You can't see it all. but it's
Would that
there.
make it an A tier game then?
Does that make it A tier? I think it does.
I think it probably does because that is a
And I think it
phenomenal
would be better
mode.
than faking it. Now that I'm looking at it.
I don't know.
Maybe not. Let's not push it. Let's just leave it in A tier.
Let's
We'll see
not
where-
push it because it is still Fibbage and you already have a Fibbage in S tier. I don't think it's
That's
better
true.
than faking it
Okay.
because faking it you can make entire
Fibbage.
sessions around and there's a lot of
Yeah.
humor with it.
I made a lot of sessions
innately.
completely around Fibbage 3 though, so
That is true.
Fibbage is like a totally replayable game. It's really good.
Fibbage XL.
All right, Fibbage XL. Never played it.
Never played it.
All right. You don't know Jack Full Stream?
Never played it.
Never played it. Espionage.
Espionage. Okay, this is.
I think you have some complicated thoughts on Espionage, if I remember correctly.
it is
Not complicated, but
not
just negative.
really. It is not really like a Jackbox game. It's not like a. It's just like how many hamburgers would you eat on an average day, and then you have to put like a poll on it. It's like I don't know, like 20%, and he's locking in. It's like yeah, I think it's like 20%, and it's like 90%. It's like what? What do you mean?
Yeah, I will say
we're doing
the
that. Like,
big flaw with it is that you do not know when the polls were taken.
yeah, you don't know
and
anything about
it
the
makes
polls.
it a
You don't
little
know
complicated
who they
to
asked
know
for the
like
polls.
how many people would oops, what did I just do?
I do not
oh,
know what
no.
you just did. What did you just
Unpin.
do?
There we go.
What did you just
we're
do?
good. We're good. I just clicked on that on accident. I don't even remember what I was saying. It's good. I like it. There's just some problems with how it's
decent.
rated. I
I'd
will say
it's a
with
C
Poll
tier
Mine,
game. I'd say
I
it's
would
C
say
tier.
that thinking ahead to Poll Mine's going to be ahead of Espionage.
I've never played a
wherever
lot of
Espionage
Pole
is.
Mine. I think I did like one round of Pole Mine. I don't really
It's
remember it
pretty
too
much Espionage 2 re-themed and better.
I think Espionage in itself is only a C tier, maybe D tier.
I think just for me, it has to be, if it's going to be in C tier, it's going to be at the highest point of C tier. Because
Is
I
it?
really enjoy this. I play this one a lot.
Wait, but actually, No, that's valid. Yeah,
It's what
that's actually
like, you don't
valid because
have
it is
to.
actually you do have like the guessing aspect, and if you know something,
Yeah,
you can actually be within like 2 or 3 points.
yeah. I think there's been a couple of rounds where I'm like, wait, I've actually like I heard this somewhere before,
And you get
and I
like
kind of have
exactly
I
on.
kind of
I've
remember.
once gotten the exact amount, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
whoa.
I've gotten a perfect one a couple of times, and that's a
It's
great feeling because then like no one
yeah,
can say up higher or lower because you got it.
it's
Uh,
true.
so it's like a pretty cool whenever you get it right. And it's like you don't have to
Yeah,
know it. Like in games like Trivia Murder Party, wherever that one right here, uh, you have to know the answer or just make a random guess. In Guesspionage, you can get points even if you don't know and you just get it close. And I think
right.
that's really cool. I think it's nice that you are not right or wrong. You're just close or not close.
That's fair actually.
It's like you're either hotter or colder, and you get points scaled based on how close you are. And I like
Right.
because that means that you don't have to know everything or just like make random guesses. You just put it at 50%, probably get some points for it.
All right.
So
Next up,
I think it's good there.
we've got
Survive the
Survive the
Internet.
Internet. Honestly, this
This
is a game that I never looked forward to in our sessions, but afterwards I was like, man, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't ever think of it, but then when we were like, yeah, let's play this, let's play Survive the Internet. And I'm like, yeah, okay. There's like other games I'd rather play, but sure, let's do it. I afterwards I'm
It's
like, that's the best Jackbox game ever.
it's
But it really
pretty
depends.
decent.
It's
It
like you
really
could get some
depends.
good and bad prompts. It's just like it's a very group-based game.
Very much so.
And like, are you in the right mindset to think that way, to twist someone's words
That's
to make it
right, because you have to
funny?
twist each other's words. I forgot about that part actually.
Yeah, so someone's
Dang.
like, I don't think it really matters that much, and you have to come up with something to
That's
like
right.
make
Someone
that
make a
sound
prompt,
awful.
and it's like, I saved a baby today and gave $10 to charity, and you have to make it turn around, and it's like the charity was something about like murdering children.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
it's like something really awful about
all right,
something that
Ducky.
was written
Thanks for your
about something.
contributions, Ducky. I'll see you later, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Survive the Internet,
I
though.
think this
Overall,
is B.
I think it's B.
I think it's somewhere up here in B.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think it's better than Champed Up.
I'd probably say it's better than Bidiots.
All right. I'm letting you take the
Yeah,
votes on Fibbage 2 and Vidiots because I don't know those as well as you do.
yeah, it's better than Bidiots.
That seems good. I think that's good.
That's good. Job.
I love Job.
I
Job.
love Job.
This one's
That
so
is
good.
S tier. That is
S tier.
S
Yeah, okay.
tier.
I
That
would
is absolutely
it's a
S
lot of
tier.
fun.
That is absolutely
I
an S
think
tier.
it's
game.
perfect right there at the bottom of
Yep.
S tier.
Me too. Yep.
It's
That
so
is-
good.
It's there's
Nothing even needs to be said about it. There's so much potential in
there's
Job.
something to say about writing a prompt and it being like poo pibbity pop. Here comes
Yeah.
the cop.
Yeah.
And then someone
like-
else takes those words and they're like, cop popped. Wait, oh
I
my
think-
gosh, that's the game where I invented that one word and was going crazy on laughter. Remember that?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like
think I
I
kinda
give Monty, I take Monty.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, I love
think-
Job.
I think the only thing I would change about Job is make it like caveman themed. I think that would be really funny
Oh
because
my
everyone already writes like a caveman in the
gosh.
game.
Yes,
And I
Oonga
think that
Boonga.
would have
That would have been the
the
best.
job application theme, but I think they could do like a job 2 and just make it caveman themed and not call it job.
That would be so brilliant. You are
But at this
absolutely
point, I don't know what
right
they would
about
change
that.
about job
I
to
don't
make
either.
a second one, so it's kind of too late.
It's true.
But even that's not a flaw. I really like the theme of it. I just think it would
It
be really
is.
funny if
And
it's
the host is pretty
caveman
decent.
themed.
But you're right. A caveman theme would go hardcore on
Because
that.
half the time you can just like read it as a caveman in a caveman voice, and it's like
Mhm.
way funnier.
All right. Next up, Joke Boat. F tier.
Next up, Joketopia.
No, hold on. We
Okay.
have to talk about it. Joke
Okay,
Boat has insane flaws. It is the most flawed Jackbox game
It is so
from
bad.
recent packs. From recent packs, it is the most flawed
Yeah.
Jackbox game. It is.
It's like the new word spud.
It is. It has. It tries to be charming, but it isn't charming. Having the one quote that comes up after the end of everything, it just doesn't have a good ring to it. The jokes themselves, it's really hard to get good prompts to be able to work with.
Yeah.
Having the different people that you work with, it's just not a good Jackbox game.
Yeah. I think my big problem with it was that it set up your joke too much for you.
Yes.
Like you'd be like, how many whatever does it take to screw in a light bulb? And then it would fill in one to screw it in and two to, and then you would type whatever.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't change the numbers.
Exactly.
Like, what if it doesn't take one to screw it in? What if it takes four? Like,
Exactly.
if we're talking about like horses or unicorns or something, and it's like it kind of messes it up
It
because
does.
I want to type a different number.
It gives you
Or just
like
say like they don't.
it gives you the prompts to make a joke, but then it does half the joke for you, so that you can't make whatever joke
Yeah.
you're going to do. Yeah, it's an F tier game. It
It's
might be the
so
worst
bad.
Jackbox game.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really
And
might.
I gave it a good try too. It was like
I gave it
played
several
like 2 or
good
3
tries.
times.
I do not like Joke Boat, not at all.
It's just like it's the first time I think it's funny. You play it one time, that's all you need to do. That's all you
I didn't
need.
even think it was funny
there's,
the
like-
first time. I really
I think the
didn't.
first time it was like, what's this weird game? And then it was like kind of funny because it was bad. And then I realized it was just bad. And then it wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah, yeah, it's just bad. Next
I
up,
think you only get like 7 prompts.
you do.
So there's only so many
Yeah.
jokes you can really
Yeah,
make.
it's stupid.
It's not it's there's so little.
Next up,
Okay.
what is this? I don't know what this is.
This is Junktopia. This is from pack 9, 10. Let me check.
Junktopia. I
Junktopia.
do
from
not.
pack-
I played this one time, and I do
Pack
not
9.
really remember it at all.
So it's like you go to the store and you buy some random weird item
Mm-hmm.
for some amount of you like spend your points on it to buy that item. So it's like a random little baby doll, but it looks cursed and it's all like dirty and stuff. And then you have to kind of like Patently Stupid. It's a lot like Patently Stupid actually, where you have to like
Okay.
sell someone that item. Like you have to like present it in a way
Oh.
that someone would say like, yeah, I'd buy that.
Oh.
So you have to like give it like a
Oh.
description and make up stuff about it. Be like, yeah, this was owned by
Oh,
notable
I
person, and
like
then,
that
you-
concept. I like that concept a lot.
and then
You get
so
like a
then,
paper
like,
plate.
At the end of the
and
round,
it's like actually
everyone-
this paper plate was
Yeah,
used by
yeah.
Julius Caesar, and he was
Yeah,
backstabbed
yeah.
on this plate. His heart was on it. This is Julius
Yeah.
Julius Caesar's heart plate.
yeah, yeah.
It is
exactly
worth
like
at least 10
that. You'd be great at
grand.
this game. And so then, like at the end of the round, like you have a certain number of, you have a certain amount of money you can like use to invest in other
Oh.
people's things.
Oh, I
like,
love
they get-
that
They
concept.
get points based off of that and stuff.
I
And then
need
you
to
go to the,
play
you can like buy
that.
mystery boxes and stuff to like get random items, but
Wow.
they're cheaper.
I feel like I need to play that.
And
That
you
sounds
get,
really
like, some
fun.
stupid thing like a lawn chair with like a broken leg, and you gotta try to sell it.
Oh my god, I love that
It's
concept.
really fun.
Wow.
I think it is another one of those games though that requires kind of like Survive the Internet, where you just have to be in that kind of mode to try to make something out of almost literally nothing
Right.
sometimes, because you'll get like a bag of flour and you got to sell it, and you're like, okay. So I think it can be a lot of fun. I'm sure with the right group it can be consistently fun.
Yep. Wherever you think,
I think
I'd put
I
the
think-
concept alone in B tier. The concept alone is
yeah, I
definitely
think
better
it's
than C tier.
B. I think it's probably bottom of B, just because it's a little inconsistent sometimes.
Mm,
Uh,
okay.
just because like you don't always get a good item. Sometimes you just have like this garbage you're working with and you can't do anything about it.
But
You
sometimes
don't make any money that round.
I would give that the benefit of the doubt and say that that's actually a good thing, because having trash that you have to try and convince everyone is good gives you the ability, if you have a good personality for that, to absolutely come up with some random nonsense
Yeah, I'm sure
about
everything
why
could
it
be
is like
eventually.
fantastic. So like this garbage can right here that has a whole dead body in it and flies. This is great real estate right here. Do you realize
Yeah.
the potential you're sitting on here? You could sell this and rent this out. It's already got living space. Look at that. Like
Yeah.
you can rent this
I'm
out.
sure there's some form that you could sell something.
That's
to
gotta
put
be
on
better
every
than
item.
drawful. That's gotta be the
Okay.
concept alone. The
We can
concept
put it up
alone
there.
has to be better than the drawfuls.
All right, we'll put it above Drawful.
Okay.
It's also, I think, there are an insane amount of items in the game.
That's
Like
a
I
good
don't
thing.
think
Yeah.
I've ever seen the same one twice,
Wow.
and I've played it like maybe around 8 or 9 times, maybe. And
Okay.
I've only seen new items, even the ones I didn't pick I had never seen before, and they're always really weird things. It's like, what is that, like a mannequin foot? What is that?
Yeah, I love just the
Sometimes you don't even know
concept
you're
of it.
looking
Dang.
at. Sometimes that's like some weird AI generated thing. It's like, what am I looking at here? So it's kind
All
of kind of
right.
funny just to look at the items sometimes.
Huh.
All right, Lie Swatter.
Lie Swatter. So this is from Jackbox
I've never played this.
Party Pack 1. This is possibly the best game from Party Pack 1.
Really?
And it is.
Wasn't Fibbage XL in Party Pack 1?
Actually, it
was.
might have been. Actually,
It
it might have
was.
been. I never even played it, though, on that pack.
Oh, okay. That's true. That's true.
Lie Swatter, though, it's not great. It's really not.
It's the best game in Pack 1. It's not great.
I'd probably put it in D tier. It's better
Okay.
than Joke Boat,
Okay.
for sure. It's definitely better than Joke Boat.
I think everything's better than Joke Boat.
It's been a while since I played it, but like, you could get streaks if you keep finding the lie. So it'd be like, it gives you a prompt. I'm trying to remember. It gave you like a prompt with like 3 or 4 answers. I think it was 3 answers. And you have to find which one was not true or something like that. And then just keeps going and just see like who can get the most
I think we gotta
points.
put it in. It has to go above Joke Boat just because the name's more clever.
Yeah, right. I think it's just D tier. It's D tier. I don't think there's much else to really
Yeah.
say about it. I don't know anything else
that
about it.
seems good.
Pole Mine.
Okay. Coal Mine. This has to go just with the starting point. This has to go above Gaspionage, I think.
I do not really remember Pole Mine, to be honest. I remember it had like 12 different
So it
doors
was
you could
like-
go in.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, so
something.
it was like it would be like before you would go to the doors, it would have like a prompt on your screen and everyone would get the same one, and it was like, you know, ice cream flavors or something, and you would vote for your top 3 or 4, I think maybe.
Okay.
Ice cream flavors, given like a list of 6 of them or something.
Okay.
And then it would make a kind of a ranking list out of that no one knew the votes of other players, only your own. And then you had to pick
what you
certain
think
number of doors that it would tell you
what
to.
you think everyone
be
as a
like,
group consensus
pick,
would be.
you know, 2, 3, and 4, but not 1 or any others. Or pick only the ones that didn't get voted for. Or, you know, maybe pick 1,
Okay.
2, and 3. And you had to pick them in order sometimes. So you'd be like, pick 1, then 2, then 3. And it was pretty. I think it's better or equal to Gaspionage because at least you know some information about like what you voted on.
Right.
And sometimes you can use the people you know you're playing with to be like, yeah, well, I know none of us like, you know, strawberry ice cream or something. So that's probably not going to be up on the list. But I do know that we probably all would have voted at least one of our points on chocolate ice cream or something.
Right.
So
okay.
You can use some
So you can kinda
some
know
deduction to figure
About
it
them
out.
to figure out some of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That seems kind
But
of like
sometimes
either
maybe someone made a weird vote and you know
you
you
could
get
just throw
completely
people
thrown
off.
and
You could absolutely just
yeah.
prank people with
Yeah.
that. You could be like,
Or you
he
could just
doesn't
lie
like
about
this
what
at
you
all,
voted
and
for.
just put everything on the top.
But you do have a team that you're playing with, so you have to be kind of
Mm.
honest and like you have to say
Oh.
things out loud to tell your team the truth, but then the other team also hears what you're saying. So you have to be
Mm.
kind of careful if you want to lie or not, because you could mess your own team up. So I think it's good. I think
I'd say B tier for that one then, wherever you think
B
it'd be. I think
somewhere-
mid to bottom
somewhere.
would be
Yeah, I think it's better than Junktopia.
okay. Fair enough. That
I
seems
think-
good to me.
That seems fine right there.
All right.
That seems good. Monster seeking monster.
monsters.
I
I
played
love
this
monster seeking
one
monsters.
group one time,
Yeah.
or not one time, but multiple times. I think you were there
I
actually.
was absolutely there. Gene always got all the votes. Gene, everyone loved
Oh.
Gene.
Yeah.
It was
Uh,
such a good game, though. I love
It's a
the
really
concept.
good.
It's a
I
really
think
good game.
It takes
You can
a
throw
very
people off.
specific group
It does because I
some
played it with
people
some
would find it
groups.
very uncomfortable.
Well, another
But if
thing
you
is
find
some people will pair together, knowing who they
Yeah.
are and just never
Yeah.
change up their
Yeah.
votes. And
Definitely have
that
to make
is
sure no one's
kind
no
of
one's doing
rigged.
that.
Yeah, it's rigged
Yeah.
and pretty dumb. Like
Yeah.
it just is. But the actual concept itself is well
I think
implemented.
it's really good. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
dating aspect is really fun. There's a lot of creativity that you can have.
Yeah. I think it was perfect that you had 4 messages you could send. I
Yep.
think that was really clever that you only had so many messages you could send. So you'd be like, you know, talking to someone for 3 of your messages.
And then have one
And
person's
then
like, tonight,
you had
me
like
and
an
you, baby.
inconclusive ending, like an inconclusive ending to that chat, and you're like, I'm not sure if they're gonna
I'm not
choose
sure,
me.
but they
So you
do.
like go desperately
do.
message
He
some
desperately
random
was
person you
it's
haven't
like,
messaged
please,
in
please.
like 3 rounds, and you're like, please, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a date.
Yeah.
It
Or
was
you
so
could do
good,
like
trying to
tomorrow, me and you, baby. But they already
Yeah,
planned
you
that with
plan
someone
ahead.
else. They planned that with
Yeah,
someone else, so they
yeah.
send one message, and you send all 4 of your messages to them, and it's like, wait, no, please.
Yeah. And like sometimes, or you always had like a role, so you had to like trick people sometimes into choosing you, or you had to choose someone and that wasn't going to choose you back.
Invisible person.
Pick a certain person like a number of times in a row, and I think it was really good. Wait, I wish I could play this one more, but I don't have a group that doesn't think it's like really uncomfortable and weird.
Yeah, I would say it is better than Pole Mine, better than Dictionarium.
I would say it's better than Earwax.
I'd
but
say better than
I don't-
Earwax. Honestly, yeah.
I think
better than Earwax.
I think right there is perfect because Devils in the Details is the same kind of thing a little bit, where you're interacting with
Interacting
the
with
other
people,
players,
but it's
but
not
it's less
competitive.
awkward.
It
It's
is
not
kind of
competitive
awkward
and
at
it's
times.
less
It is.
awkward.
I agree. Monster Seeking Monsters is a top tier game, but it does have flaws, and that would
just like
hinder
the
it there.
theme of it just
The
kind
theme of
of
it is
messes with some
flawless.
people.
It is the best
Yeah.
theme for
It's
what
a really
it is,
good theme if you can
but
get into it,
does mess with you. Yeah.
but it makes it really uncomfortable
It
sometimes.
does. It absolutely
Especially like
does.
if you're playing with your mom or something, it's kind of weird,
Yeah.
kind of awkward.
Mad
Like,
versus
oh, that was
City.
you. Okay, Mad vs City.
That's true. Afterwards, like, oh, you got
Like, let's just
game,
not
boy.
reveal who-
You got game.
Oh, okay.
All
right,
Mad vs City.
I love this game.
That one's pretty
this
good.
one's
It is
high A or S tier, I think.
the only flaw with it is it sometimes will screw you over. It's like proper noun. What the heck is a proper noun? You put like a
Yeah,
person or a
yeah.
place or a thing, and it's like, I had fleas. It's like you
Or
had
like
no
small animal,
spleen.
and you're like, worm. I'm gonna roast this guy so hard, and then it's like, I can't do anything. I'm just a small worm, and you're like, no,
I can't do
that's
anything.
me."
It's like I can't do anything.
roast-
I am worm.
Yeah, I am worm.
I am worm.
And you end up like hitting yourself on like half the stuff you put in. But it's
Even
kind of
with
funny
that,
that
though,
way.
it does make it fun because you're battling
It's really
yourself while doing it. It is actually,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
creativity you get from
You're
it.
having
Gene is also
really
actually
good.
pretty decent on it. So
Gene is like
it's-
crazy sometimes.
Gene can go crazy on that. I'd say it's easily A tier. I don't think it's S tier, personally.
Okay.
But it is
Better
a
or worse
good
than
A tier.
push the button? I think it's better than faking it.
Better than faking it.
I don't know if I would want to say it's better than Fibbage 3 though. All of a sudden, hang on. But maybe it is. We got Fibbage 4. I
Got
think I'd
Fibbage
take Fibbage
4.
4 over Fibbage 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think I would take Mad vs City over Fibbage 3. So maybe yeah, okay. It
Is
definitely
it
would
better
take
than
it over.
push the button?
I would say it is.
It
But they're very
has-
different kinds of games.
They're very different kinds of games. You have like a deduction kind of game, and then you have like a rapping
Yeah.
game. Overall,
I
based
think
on most groups,
This is more Jackbox, classic
That's
Jackbox
more
style. And I
classic
think more groups would
Jackbox.
play with this.
I'd probably agree with that actually. Mad vs City is probably A
Okay.
tier, top of A tier. Yeah.
Yeah. I really love Mad vs City.
Next
Just thinking about
one.
it makes me want to play it. Like reverse of Survive the Internet, just thinking about Mad vs City.
Kind of
I
makes me
wanna
want to play it. Yeah.
I want to play it right now.
So next we have Monkey Brain Weird
Non-sensory.
Scientist.
Have you played this one?
No,
Okay.
don't know
This one, let me see if I can remember. It was like, hang on, I'm going back into the files, the archives. I've only played it a couple
Archives.
times.
You're
So
going
it
back
was
to
like,
the archives.
so it's like someone would get a prompt, like a writing prompt or a drawing prompt or some kind of comparison prompt.
Right.
And you would have to, if you were kind of on the hot seat and making the answer, you would have to choose something on like a scale of giraffe to dog or something. And you'd
Okay.
have to like draw something at some percentage between those two things. So you, if it was like
So
90% giraffe, 10%
90%
dog.
giraffe, 10% dog. You have a giraffe with dog ears and like
Yeah.
maybe a tongue.
Yeah. Yeah. So then everyone, after you finish drawing, everyone else has to guess what your percentage was that you were given. They know
Oh.
the scale. They know that it was a giraffe to dog scale, but they don't know what the percentage you got on the
Ah.
scale was.
Interesting.
It sounds very cool, and it was very fun until you got stupid things like the scale was like last night's meatloaf on between last night's meatloaf and like a church. And you were like, what, how do I do that? How do I make that on a scale? And it was like a very specific, like 30%.
Meatloaf on the same You just draw a church and then you draw the meatloaf and have a little halo on it.
So it's like you would get like a really specific percentage, and you had to figure out how to like get people to guess it. I think it was better on the text prompts where you would have to write like, how awkward is this greeting, on a scale of 0% to 100%, and you would write something in that scale. That was the better rounds, but occasionally they'd throw in those drawing prompts, and it was kind of weird. And I think it's
That sounds
probably
fun. That sounds pretty fun.
it's fun until you get like just one of those stupid annoying ones because it's just hard. And then as the guesser, you can't even really pick up on much. Sometimes not even what you're looking at. If you were to like, how are you gonna draw meatloaf? You're gonna look at the church. And how is it like specifically last night's meatloaf?
Last night's meatloaf.
So I think it should go somewhere in C tier because it's good. It's not great.
Right.
I think it's worse than Civic Doodle.
Worse than Civic
I think
Doodle,
maybe
really?
right there.
Really?
I think Civic Doodle is better, especially as a drawing game, which this is like half drawing game. I think that seems nice. That seems good right there.
Interesting.
Okay. Quiplash XL.
XL. This is the main
Never
Quiplash
played it.
I've played. I have not played much
Really?
of 2 or 3, and Quiplash XL is a classic Jackbox game. It really is. Like, when I think of Jackbox games, I think of Quiplash. Like,
Yeah, me too. I
That's
just
the
think of Quiplash
first
too.
game I think of. Now, I don't quite remember the difference between Quiplash 2 and XL. The final rounds of
think-
Quiplash 2, what were they?
That was the Thriplash. This is we're gonna have to, I think, just kind of vote on Quiplash as a whole here to kind of compare them all. The Thriplash was like the coolest thing ever because it was a random one of 3 final rounds where you had to write like a comic strip or an acronym or a third thing. I don't remember.
I wasn't
And
a
it
big
was
fan of that one.
Very
though.
good.
I
And I
wasn't.
liked it a lot.
I wasn't a fan of that last round thing. I remember because Quiplash XL, the last round was always like one prompt that everyone got. So it was a
Ooh,
simple
that's
concept.
cool.
It was a simple concept,
Yeah.
but it'd be like, name a name a superhero that didn't make the cut. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
you have like Mama June's short shorts, and, and then you've got over here, you've got Mr. Gremlin boy. And you have to like vote which one's the best. Like, it was just
Okay,
a
I like-
classic
I like
prompt.
that.
It was just
Yeah, that's
classic.
good.
I preferred that over 2, honestly.
And then
Three-
Quiplash 3's final round
Never
was
played that.
like you wrote 3 answers for one prompt. So it was like, 3 things you would say. I can't think of anything. It was like 3 things you'd bring to an island with you or something like that. And it would like display them one at a time. It'd be like, answer 1, then it would show answer 2, and then it would show answer 3, kind of
I'm
back
not
to back
sure
to
I'm a
back.
big fan of that.
And it was funny. It's just really hard to think of 3 answers to the same thing. You're like,
Right.
you're like a sandwich.
A bigger sandwich.
My best friend.
A big sandwich that
And a
looks like
bigger
my best friend.
sandwich, Usually it had
A
to
big
be.
sandwich that
Usually,
looks like my best friend.
oh no, that's terrifying. I hate that. Uh, so usually the joke would end up being a callback to the first answer because you would write answer one, answer two, and then answer one with a variation on it.
Okay.
And it kind of got a little repetitive. I think it's funny
Right.
if you're not
Quiplash
me and can't think
XL
of anything.
probably has the
Just
best
from the
final
sounds of it,
rounds.
this is best.
That's just the best one from my memory. I played way more
Yeah.
Quiplash XL than any of the other ones. I wasn't a big fan of any of
I
the other
think
ones.
some form of Quiplash has to go A or S.
I think Quiplash XL is S tier.
It sounds good. It's
I
actually, really,
think it is S tier. I really do. Quiplash
now
2
the
and
only
3.
thing
The only
is that in
thing with
Quiplash
them,
3 you get to pick who you want to be, and I like the little acorn guy.
Oh, that is a big difference. Now, I know in Quiplash 2, you were able to, what was it? You could make your own prompts, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, the episodes.
So
yeah.
you could, it does
I-
have that aspect to it. Did 3 have that too?
I think 3 had that. Because I remember they put out like a Christmas prompt list and stuff when it came out.
You see, that is a nice feature. That makes me want to put
That
it
is
in
really
like
nice.
a top
I
tier
think it
thing.
should, whatever the ranking is,
because-
it should be XL first, then 3, then 2.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, and like an average day, I would prefer Quiplash XL just because of how good it was, and it was just so simple. It was just a classic. Like most people, when we play Jackbox games, that's what they'd want to play constantly because it was.
Yeah, they're
just,
like, what's that one where you
it's
type
just
in
a
funny
simple.
things?
It's just simple. Every group can play it. It's not difficult for any group. Like it's just
yeah.
instant. People just pick up on it. Now,
Yeah.
2 and 3 both have way more complicated parts to it, but it does have the ability to actually, for like groups that do it, make your own prompts.
Yeah.
That is a great
Yeah.
feature.
That's really cool.
But for me personally, I do not like 2 or 3. Like personally, I'd
Okay.
put them maybe in like B tier.
Yeah, I think B is probably the max for either one of these, especially since we're already giving Quiplash so much with an S tier.
Yeah, like Fibbage is
just as a
good
whole.
because all of Fibbage is good. But
Yeah, you can play
Quiplash
any Fibbage
3
game and have fun.
Quiplash 3 and 2, you need inspiration to be able to make the prompt funny. Whereas Fibbage 3, it already does that for you. You're just making
Yeah.
lies.
Yeah. That's
I'd
true.
put probably 3 in like the bottom of B tier.
Okay.
And then Quiplash 2 maybe in like C tier.
C somewhere. It's better than Nonsensory. I think it'd be better than Civic Doodle.
Yeah. Not better than Guess
That seems
Mirage.
right. I think right there.
I think that's good. I think that's good because I
think that's
love Quiplash XL. That is like top tier
Yeah.
for me.
Trying to figure out, is it
Is
better
it?
than Drawful?
It might.
I want to say it's
be.
better than Youngtopia.
I want to say it's better than Pole Mine.
All right, I could do that. Yeah.
Not better than Dictionarium.
Not better than Dictionary.
Not better than Dictionarium, no.
Okay. I think that works.
Something I'm debating is Quiplash XL better than Job Job? I don't
I don't.
think so.
I think as far as like classics, yeah.
in terms of classics and
But
replayability, replayability, Quiplash XL has
But Job
great
Job's just
replayability.
so good.
But Job Job, the concept and
it's like
implementation
Quiplash, but you
is
can't type
good.
whatever you want to. You have to type what you're
what you're
given.
and there's a lot of humor with that. I would say Job Job's better.
Yeah.
Now, is Job Job,
Yeah.
since we're looking at this, is Job Job better than Blather Round?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be hard to. I think these are almost locked in to where they are. I think they're so perfect. You can see my mouse, right?
Is Fibbage 4 better than Blather
Okay.
Rounds?
I think
Because-
there's kind of
You see,
like if you wanted to play, if you're going to show someone one Jackbox game, I think it might be Fibbage 4 because it just, I think it gets everything just.
it is
right.
true. Yeah, you're right.
I think it gets everything right.
That is true. Yeah, no, I agree.
So I think Fibbage 4 has to be top.
This is a good
And I don't
looking
wanna
list
touch
so
Blather
far.
Round.
I'm not
This-
gonna
yeah,
lie.
I'm
I'm
really
liking the
liking
look of
this.
this. Now,
Right.
the only thing I'm looking at this list and wondering is Bomb Corp really that bad? I don't think Bomb Corp is that bad.
I don't know what I would swap it with, but I also haven't played it that much.
I think
to
it's better
say.
than Bracketeering. At
Okay.
least.
Yeah.
I think it's better than bracketeering. I don't know about non-sensory.
Nonsensory.
I feel like it could be better than non-sensory, honestly.
it, I think it just is like they sound like they're both games where it just depends on if you got a good game or
But
not.
even so, like the cooperation with Bomb Corp, it just seems a little bit
Yeah.
better because it's consistent.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Civic
That
Doodle.
seems. I think Civic Doodle's kind
Mm,
of my barrier where it starts getting more into like B territory.
yeah,
Like low. This is more like low B up here with these three.
that is
I
true.
think it's kind
Honestly,
of.
yeah, that's good. I think Bomb Corp is
I
better
think
than
this is
both of those
perfect.
two. I think that's
I
better.
think.
That's better because
Yeah. I
Bomb
think
Corp
right
is
here is
not
where it
that
gets
bad.
more into
Yeah, Bomb Corp
true
is
C
not that
territory.
bad. Now my question is: Drawful really that high? The more I'm
I'm
looking at it.
feeling like I would rather play Espionage over Drawful,
Yeah, same.
but I don't know if I'd be rather play
I think Espionage is still a C tier
Espionage.
game, but I think Drawfuls
Yeah,
should both be moved to C tier.
below Quiplash, above. Let's do above Quiplash.
No. Quiplash 2 better.
Okay.
Because you get actual replayability in terms of the last lash, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And you also get consistency. It's not a drawing game. Some people really hate the drawing games. I personally always have
Yeah.
trouble with it. And also, you get to make your own stuff. You can't do that with Drawful.
That's true. That's true.
I think that's the good.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. That I feel more
I
confident
think
with
I
it.
think this is good. This is good.
This is
I like.
good. This is good.
Okay. Moving
Quick
along.
Soar.
Quick Sort. Have you played Quick Sort?
Like once. I
Oh.
I don't know on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was pretty.
I think it was good. I think it was a little long. I think
It was too
it
long.
was,
It was too long.
but I think it was fun. I liked. It kind of reminded me of like espionage kind of thing where you didn't have to be perfect. You just had to get some of them right. But sometimes the topics, it was like book release dates, and
Oh,
you don't know anything
that
about it.
one. Okay.
You're like dropping the blocks
I do
down onto
kinda remember that
the
now.
platform, and some of them are
Yeah.
not even in the list or not. And
I
like
do remember that
sometimes
now.
it was really good if it was like something you knew, like I think I would do good at like Marvel movie release dates,
Oh, you would do
release
fantastic
order,
at that. Yeah.
and
is
that was
true.
great. It would be like, okay, just let me take over here. I'll just tell you where to put them. But then you would get like ones of like uh you know uh the Order of Roman Emperors or something, and you'd be like, what? I don't know
Oh
anything
no.
about this.
Oh no.
And you had like, I think you could either pick one that you knew the topic of, or you could pick a random one. So it was like, okay, either we're gonna do this, or we're just gonna like hope that the random one's better. And I think that on its own the game was really good, but I think the
Mhm.
prompts topics kind of took it down.
Well, the thing is, even if the concept is good, it was too long. It was hard to do with other
Yeah.
people.
I'd still want to play it more than non-sensory though.
That's valid. No, that's valid. Yeah.
Non-sensory was just kind of a mess. I feel like
Yeah.
it was funny, but it was kind of a mess as far as like actually trying to play to win.
That's fair, actually.
Quicksort you could probably figure out or accidentally get some of them right, and there was room to adjust your answers even after you put them down.
I think that's actually a good spot for it. Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
spot
right
for
there
it.
is perfect. I think that's good.
Role models.
Role models.
I do like role
like
models.
role
I
models.
like role models.
I
a
think
lot.
it's good
I think it's a good game.
because I think you do need to know your group
You need to know your group.
better than a lot of other games
Well, the thing is,
because you
you're
have to figure out like
rewarded
which
for
Wizard
knowing
of
your
Oz
group.
character they are.
Knowing your group makes the biggest difference. So you need to know who each other are, and it has a fun thing at the
Yeah.
end. It tells you like what role you are, which sometimes
Yeah,
is
I
actually
love the
pretty
naming
accurate.
thing.
It's pretty good at that. I would say it's probably it's either top
like
of B tier
low
or A tier.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think it's upper. Yeah, upper B.
Okay.
I don't know about A tier, but it is an upper B. For
I don't know
sure.
about A, but I think it's maybe somewhere right here, somewhere but around
Yes.
Idiots Survive the Internet area.
It is. Yes, it is.
Because I'd still rather play Fibbage, I think.
I too. Um, Yeah, it's better than Bidiots. Yeah, it's better than Bidiots.
I think it's better than Bidiots. I think I would
I'd do it over Survive the
rather
Internet.
play
I would do
over
it over
Survive
Survive
the
the Internet. Yeah,
I think
I
it's
would
probably
too.
right there.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
it's the game you'd play like maybe
All right,
once a
nice.
session, every
Yeah,
couple
you
sessions.
play it, then you move along and you play like something else after that.
But
You play Quick
it's a
Flash.
solid
Yeah,
game though. It's a solid game.
yeah, it's
I'd
good, and
do
you
that. Yeah.
can double down on your answers, and it's fun to get the little nutrient cubes or whatever they were called.
Yeah, that's exactly the nutrient cubes.
There's something about that little icon that was like when I
It
saw
was
it going in a
oh,
little
it
jar.
was so
like,
satisfying. It's like bloop, bloop,
It's
bloop,
like a
bloop.
satisfying
It's
feeling
so
whenever you get one. And they're like, yes.
Yeah, I love that
I don't
part.
know how they did that.
All right, next up.
All right, Roomerang.
Don't know this one.
is from Pack 10. Let me check.
Never played this one.
This
I
is
know
from
nothing about it.
Pack 9.
Pack 9. Okay.
This is basically role play Quiplash,
Role
where
play.
you are like you get like a role at the beginning of the game, and you're like
Okay.
cowboy, and you have to like answer
Oh.
your questions like your character and kind of try to fill your role.
Oh, I like
So
that idea actually.
it would give you like a Quiplash kind of question, but you had to answer it as your character.
Okay, so
I
it would
think-
be like, what would you not like to see, while driving, and as the cowboy?
Yeah, you're like a snake in my boot. And then everyone kind of like votes on that, and then kind of end up it's like an elimination thing where you end up voting people out at the end of certain rounds.
Wow, that's actually a cool concept.
But what's funny is like whenever you get voted out, you or not you, but another random person
in the channel,
has to.
bot in the channel.
Oh,
I
no.
gotta get him out of here.
Oh no!
I gotta get him out. He's getting banned. Get banned, sucker. All right, keep going.
Okay. So like whenever you would get voted out, some unknown new player would show up, definitely not you, and it would be like, you know, if your name was you know, Cowboy Tom or something, you would come back as like a kind of a, it would say that you were a different person, but you'd be like the same guy with like a fake mustache on, and your name would be like Mr. Cowboy Tom instead.
Mr.
And that was always
Cowboy.
funny to see. Like every time you got voted out, your name would change, and like evolve to the next state, so you could end up being like
Be like Mrs. Cowboy Tom.
King Mr. Cowboy Tom the Third or something.
I love that
And,
so much.
So you could end up being like it was like it was, sometimes the fun of the game was just like random name generator.
I love that concept.
but
That sounds like a
it
solid
sounds-
Jackbox game.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think it'd be better with certain groups over others, ones
Mhm.
that are more into the idea of role playing as a certain character.
Okay.
You know, like if you were given the rank as like a fisherman, then you'd like be interested in that. But I think sometimes some people just don't want to do that. They're like, I just want to
Right.
answer questions. I don't want to have to think of like how I would answer it if I was, you know, the king of some fictional castle or something.
I would love to do that actually. I like that concept though. I would definitely play that.
I think I would still rather play Quiplash. But would I rather which Quiplash?
I
Which
think
one?
it sounds more like a B tier game to me.
I think right there. I think that seems perfect. That's the spot that says Roomerang to me.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think I'd rather play it more than Junktopia, but I'd still rather play Coal Mine.
Okay.
No, I think that's good right there.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Split
The room. How much have you played this one?
I've played a little bit of it. I have mixed feelings on Split the Room.
Yeah. I think it's good.
I think
the
can be
prompts
good.
are interesting.
The prompts are interesting. It can be good, but the concept itself is difficult to implement.
Yeah, it's difficult to pull off a 50-50 split.
It
And
is
also
very
that
difficult.
brings in the problem where you need to have an odd number of people playing
Yep.
because you need one person to be the host or in the voting seat, and you need the other even number of players to be able to split the room.
Right.
Because I play with an even number of people most of the time when I'm playing Jackbox.
Mhm.
And so like I'm the one giving the question, and then there's only 3 people, so I can't even split the room. It's like
Yep.
kind of frustrating to like
Yeah,
I can't split
it's
it
a
even if I
frustrating
did do
game
good.
with that
So,
aspect. But the concept itself is decent. It has an okay theme, okay host.
I
I
like
mean,
I like mayonnaise. I think he's funny.
it's never a game I look forward to playing, and afterwards I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, it was all right. Like, it's not like anything crazy.
yeah, yeah. I
That's
think
that's a decent ranking, I would say.
slowly moving it back. I think I'd rather play Civic Doodle though.
Uh, I
Maybe
mm,
not. Maybe right
probably
there. I think
not. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think
that
that's fine. Yeah,
seems all right.
that seems
I'm
good to
still
me.
conflicted on where
I'm
we have
still
Drawful at.
conflicted on where you have Drawful. Yeah, I'm still conflicted on that because I was never a big fan of
I,
Drawful personally, but some
yeah,
people absolutely think it's like the best Jackbox
I know.
game.
I
I
feel
do
like
not
I
agree.
was thinking earlier.
I do not
Anyone
agree.
sees if anyone sees this list and sees we put both Drawfuls in C tier, they're gonna hate us.
Well, the thing
But that doesn't matter.
is,
It's our tier list.
Drawful animated is better than the original Drawful from what I remember, but I didn't even care for either of them.
Yeah,
Like, I
I
didn't
think
care
they're
for either.
fun, but I think like TKO and other drawing games and stuff are better.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I'm still wondering, is Drawful animated really not a B tier? Does it really deserve to be like the exact same spot as Drawful? Because I feel like it is a little bit of a step up. I'm still conflicted on that. I'm still conflicted on it.
Yeah.
Maybe
We could just put it at top of C tier for now.
should it be bottom of B? I'd probably want to give it another try
Yeah.
over Guespionage. I'd want to play it over Guespionage again.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay,
fair enough.
fair.
Because people
That's
will
fair.
look at that and be like, okay, yeah, at least they think it's like
At least it's
better.
in B tier. At least some
it's-
form
at least
of
it's
Drawful made
better.
it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a little
We're
better.
letting the influence of other people affect our
Hey, it is true though. Like every time I've been in
Yeah,
a session with
yeah,
it, people are like,
you
"Oh,
like
I love this one,"
Drawful.
but I do not care for it personally. But it is like
Yeah.
the concept is there. Like I do agree with that.
Yeah, because it's like Fibbage, but with drawing. Because you like
Yeah,
everyone votes
it really
everything,
is.
and then like you
Actually,
can
no, it
guess.
is. It's like a Fibbage Book drawing.
Because there's like one real answer, and everyone has to guess the right one with while also
Oh
guessing through all
yeah,
the other fake
yeah.
answers.
I do remember a little bit more about that now. Actually, yeah, it's probably a B tier.
So I
Yep,
think
I think B tier's
yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Word Spud.
Word Spud.
Easily D or F
Never
tier.
played it.
Easily D
I think
or
it's
F.
has to be better than Joke Boat,
It is.
if not for any other reason than just to continue to joke about the hate on Joke Boat.
I hate Joke Boat. I would rather play Word
I
Spud
don't-
over Joke Boat.
Yeah,
I really
I've
would.
never
I
played Word
genuinely
Spud,
would.
but
Word
think-
Spud is not a good Jackbox game, but it's the one thing it has over Joke Boat is a decent voting system. You can vote
Oh, really?
yes. You can vote yes or no as to whether or not you liked it, and within like 2 seconds, it goes to the next person, and then they make a word, and then everyone votes, and it goes to the next person, and it's only like 2 or 3 second voting. Like it's very very fast.
Okay. Interesting.
So
Okay.
that
seems
is
good to me.
that's better than Joke Boat. I think it's F tier though. Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
It's the kind of game you
Okay,
play
Patently
once or twice
Stupid.
just to say you played
Oh.
it.
Yeah. I do want to play it at some point just to see what it is because I hear so much hate about it
It's
and all
not.
the memes of like when are we
it's-
getting Word Spud 2?
It's really not like the worst Jackbox game because Joke Boat exists. It really is better,
Yeah.
but it's not by a good margin.
Yeah. Still F
It's
tier.
still F tier.
Better, but still F tier.
Patently stupid. I
Patently
love
Stupid.
the concept
I
of
think this
patently
is-
stupid so much. Love the
I
concept.
do not get to play this one as nearly as much as I wish I'd
Yep,
got to
I agree.
because I don't usually play the kind of presentation games like Talking Points and Patently Stupid.
It
and
is
all those ones where-
possibly.
and the ones where you have to talk and stuff. I don't get to play those ones a lot. So
It is
one
possibly the
I
best
really enjoyed
presentation
when I
game.
played
It is possibly the best presentation game.
yeah,
I love the concept. The drawing on toilet paper feels accurate. The drawings are hard to do, but you can actually
it's an
make
app.
a concept and you can implement like what you want it to look like. Draw little squiggles like, so this
Yeah.
right here, this is this, and now
And like
if
you can
we,
actually come up with like good ideas.
you
Like
can, you
they're real
can.
problems that you can actually solve.
Yes, I love the concept. I think the actual drawing is good because even if it is a bad drawing, it's a stupid pattern. It doesn't have to look good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. And
perfect
then
for
like
that.
vote and stuff at the end, and it's like
It's a
a good
great
voting
drawing
system, I
game.
think.
It is.
Because you get to vote for like multiple things, right? You get like 3 votes you can
Yes,
give.
you do. You have 3 different votes
And
you
it's
can
like you have
give
like
based on the
$300,
ordering.
$200, and $100.
Yup. And you have to try and get as much money as possible at the end. I think it's
Yeah, yeah.
easily an A or S tier. Easily.
Okay.
At least A tier. Not a
Okay.
question about that anymore.
I think does seem like I'd rather play it than Mad vs. City. But
I
maybe
would
that's just 'cause I
rather.
haven't played it a
No,
lot.
I would. I would play that over Mad vs. City every time if you gave me the option. Every time.
Yeah.
I would
Let me just see how
say,
it looks there. I'm just gonna see how it looks right there.
as I'm looking at it, I think I agree.
I think I like it there.
I think I agree. Patently Stupid
that's
is
good.
an S tier game. It is.
I just realized we're making like our perfect party pack up here. We got 5 games.
Well, the
There's
thing
like a
is,
trivia game, a word game, another word game, a funny game, and the social game.
the social game. Yeah,
It's
I
like
actually
following
agree
the
with that.
usual pattern.
Well, the thing is, it is the first drawing game in S tier, and I think it is like deserving of that
I think
spot.
yeah. Yeah.
It is. Well,
The only thing
actually,
that else could get up there that's like TKO.
well, that's the thing. TKO is automatic gonna be up there. Like, there's not a question about that in
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
So, should
Yeah.
it be an A tier then?
I think let's leave it at high A tier.
I think
Highest
high A tier looks good. That looks good.
It looks
But
right,
something
it
about
looks
Mad
good.
vs. City being the top of A tier looks better. Like if you, yeah, that looks so good on the A tier, but it is better than Mad vs. City. So now that's making me mad.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
All right.
I think A tier is good
I
for
think
that.
we just leave it there. I think
I think we leave it there for now. We can always
Okay.
move it. Talking points.
All right, talking points. How much have you played this one? I think I
played
played
it-
this one twice.
I played it like 2 or 3 times.
I
So
think it's definitely worse than Padly Stupid,
yes, absolutely. It has.
but it's still funny. I
It
think I
has
still like it.
everything you need for it to be a good Jackbox game, but it has fatal flaws in terms of actually needing to present stuff. And that has
Yeah,
heavy influence on the people you are playing with.
yeah,
Either you will have everyone that has the bot do it for themselves and it's just a generic Jackbox game that no one's really having fun with,
yeah.
or
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a very charismatic movement and everyone is having a blast.
Yeah. I think it really matters that like you get a good setup. Like you have
It
a good
does.
partner
You have to
giving
have a
you good
good
slide.
partner giving you good slides.
Not the one just picking random pictures of like animals and food.
Yeah, person gives you like an
Like-
animal
like, they need
thing,
to
and
play
it's like
along
you're
with
talking
you.
about like cabbage. It's like, so this is
Yeah.
what it looks like after it's consumed by this animal.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you
can't really
need someone
talk
who's
about it.
going to like you could get really
Present.
unlucky if you got like, kind of like a troll
Now-
assistant presenter
Now
who
Austin,
just wants to throw random pictures up there.
Austin is a great
Oh, no.
presenter. He is a
bet
fantastic
he is.
presenter. He's like
feel
perfect
like-
for that. I can do decent
Great.
at presenting because I can sometimes be charismatic, but I struggle
Yeah.
with it. I do struggle
Yeah,
with it.
me too. I think I'm better at something like Patently Stupid because I have a goal of what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I've thought it through. I know what I'm talking about. I've worked out a solution to this problem, and now I'm presenting it. Whereas with talking points, you have to be good at like improvising and changing up your entire point like
It's-
that, like
it's
really
true.
fast.
It's good for certain groups, and it's a
I
game you'll want to play like
think-
on occasion. But I don't know if I'd put it in
Yeah.
B tier. I think it's C tier.
Yeah, I think it's
Is it?
is it better than Split the Room? Is it-
Mm,
Is it even better
That's
than
tough.
Quicksword?
uh,
think it
I
be like
think
down here.
I think that looks good there.
I
looks
think that feels right.
good there. That feels right. Yeah, that's perfect. It's not better than Bomb Corp.
Okay.
I agree actually on that too.
Yeah. I'm like, all of a sudden I was looking at Quicksort and I was like, no, I'd definitely rather play Quicksort
I'd rather
because
play
it
Quicksort.
takes me to be in the perfect kind of mood to play any of the kind of presentation games where you
Yeah.
have to talk and like
Yeah.
be like
Patently
very
Stupid is a different feeling. It's a
outgoing.
different vibe entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I
I can just
agree with
ramble on about something I kind of know a little bit about if
because
I've
you're
been
at
into
least
like a
you're at least presenting something that you've made as opposed to
yeah
presenting something
it's
you
like
have
I've thought
no
this
clue
through.
on.
And you can end your presentation whenever you want. You're
Exactly.
like you could keep it brief and then say like, okay, that's my product, thank you, and then end it. But with talking points, you have to go for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's too long. It's too
awful
long.
sometimes.
All right, next up,
All right,
TKO
TKO1.
S tier.
Now let's consider TKO2 here for a second. Is
Um,
TKO1 better than TKO2? You get like other fonts and other kinds of shirts you can do in TKO2.
Now, I have never played TKO2.
Well, we gotta fix that. This is all already. This is all
nothing,
making me want to play
I
Jackbox.
know it is. It's making me want to play too.
But
I've never played
now that you said you
TKO2.
haven't played TKO2, I think it's, as far as I remember, I didn't play a lot of TKO1, but I think it's just improvements. I don't think they really changed anything that didn't need to be changed.
Really?
And you pretty much only get better stuff. Like you have like hoodies and tank tops and stuff you can make.
Okay.
You get new
Okay.
fonts and stuff.
I would put.
I think it's pretty close. I think I would say 2 is better, unless you like the characters that you play as from 1.
The characters you play as in TKO1 are average. They are nothing special.
TKO2 has it's like 16 characters that are references to other Jackbox games.
That's kind of cool.
You play as like the Faker from Faking It.
Oh, okay, I love that. I like
a Zeeple from Zeeple Dome.
Okay, yeah.
From Split the Room.
TKO2, let's go ahead and put that in S tier. I think it's probably better than Quiplash.
TKO1.
Quiplash XL should be bottom of S tier because even though it is a fantastic game, it is still bare bones. I agree with that.
They've outdone it with a lot of other things.
Now, is TKO2 better than Job Job?
Deserves a high spot.
TKO1 absolutely deserves a high spot. It deserves to be better than Faking It.
Better than Faking It. It's definitely better than Faking It.
Better than Push the
Wait,
Button.
why are we saying Faking is better than Fibbage 3? I feel like that should be the other way around, right?
Yeah. Actually, you're right.
Like Faking It.
You're right. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Crazy up in the A tier and just in general, but
I think Faking
it.
Faking It is a fantastic Jackbox game. It really is. It has a lot of flaws, but the parts that do as well, it does so well because no other Jackbox game is like it in that aspect.
Yeah.
I'd say it's perfect there. Well, is it better than Manverse City? I do love TKO.
I like TKO, but we're already giving TKO 2.
You're right.
Oh, it's so difficult.
It's so difficult.
Because I don't know if I should give less of a vote to the other ones.
You probably should. If you have one that's
if you have one
that's that good, then yeah. I'd put TKO personally in S tier, but if you have TKO 2 already that made several improvements, then have TKO in A tier.
Yeah. Okay. I think. No, I think I like Job more.
Job is
I think drawing games are
so
just kind of tricky to
good.
get into.
Job is so
I think Job
good.
just works so well.
The thing is though, drawing games like TKO, you can make something stupidly funny. It doesn't have to be a good drawing.
That's true. Make like this awful drawing of SpongeBob and put a funny caption with it, and they can win the whole game.
Exactly.
That's true.
I probably would put. I'd put TKO 1 over
okay,
Job, so I'd put TKO 2.
It is. It's easier to be funny. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is. I'm liking the looks of that. That looks perfect.
That's good. Yeah.
Trivia
right,
Murder
Trivia
Party.
Murder Party 1.
1 would be A tier. Easy.
Okay.
I'd put it better than Faking It. Right in between Push the Button and TKO. Yep. That's perfect.
Yeah, okay. I'm a big fan of Trivia Murder Party, so I think 2 is
Murder Party 2 is S tier.
There's like multiple endings. There's like different kinds of mini games. It's crazy.
It might be better than Blather Rounds.
That's what kind of what I'm thinking all of a sudden is, wait a
I
minute.
absolutely think
Maybe
Trivia Murder
Blather
Party
Round isn't the
2.
pillar I thought it was.
Murder Party 2 might be my favorite Jackbox game.
Yeah,
Overall,
that.
it is
I
my
think that.
favorite.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's good. I like that. It's so
No,
like there's so much stuff.
there's
Just
so
like
much
knowing how much
stuff.
crazy
The
stuff is
host is
going
the
on in the
best
game that I
host in the
haven't even
game.
seen.
It is the best host out
Yeah.
of every Jackbox game. It is quite
Yeah.
possibly the best implemented theme of any of the games.
That's true. Like it works in with
The
how the game works.
trivia
Like I can't
is actually
imagine.
perfect. The last round is
I,
absolutely flawless.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
better than Fibbage
Well,
4 in my
wait,
opinion.
hang on. There's one thing you just mentioned the last round. In Trivia Murder Party 2, you have to get a perfect final answer.
And that is a good thing.
And it's
It forces
cool,
you to know.
but it gets really annoying sometimes.
It gets intense. It gets tense.
It
at
gets
the end.
intense, yeah. That's
I
true.
think it's better than Fibbage 4.
I still think it's better. I'm not going to change the rankings just because of that, but that is something I think I do prefer about the first game is just that if you're ahead, you can just keep going and win.
I
But in
do
this one, you have
remember
to
that.
do a
Yeah.
perfect answer.
I
It gets a
do
little frustrating
think
sometimes if you get some random thing that someone knows that you don't.
it's true. But it's all about trivia. If they know it, then they know it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Now, I would personally put Trivia Murder Party 2 over Fibbage 4. I would put it as the pinnacle.
Really?
I would. It
Think-
is the
Let
pinnacle
me think on that. Let me
Jackbox
just
game for
give me a second to think on that.
When you think of trivia, that is absolutely the first trivia game I would play. I would put it over Fibbage. Because even though you get the aspect of the lies, there's actual tenseness with the trivia on Murder Party 2. Because it's not about points, it's about staying alive and in the game. It gets suspenseful. And then you have the whole mini game.
It's so difficult.
You get the mini game and it's like, oh, I'm up against this guy, and now we both have to get money,
yeah.
and I don't know if I want him to get any money, and he gives him money, and then he beats you anyways. It's like, I don't like that. I hate you. As for the
Alright.
4, it's like, oh, he beat me
It's-
again, and he killed the next
I
round.
I think you're right. I think you might be right. I think you're right.
It's true though. Murder Party 2 is the pinnacle.
I think it is. It is really good.
I am
Okay.
loving the look of S tier right now. S tier looks
I
perfect.
think-
I would not
think-
change anything about S tier
Huh.
the way it is now.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna put anything else in there.
No,
Well,
no.
maybe hang on. What? There might be one. All right. Let's move
Weapons.
along before we get stuck in S tier rearranging.
I'm not. I'm good in S tier.
All right.
Weapons drawn.
I think this one was a very good idea.
It was
I
a
think-
good idea. It wasn't well implemented.
I think it took too long to play. It was like a 30-minute game.
Takes too long to play. It's a little bit
And
too
it was really
confusing.
hard to hide your letter. It was like way too hard.
Really hard to hide your letter. Yeah.
And it was kind of like weird a little bit with like how you killed people without like eliminating them from the game. You had to like bring in like Han Solo or something as your like guy that represented you, and then you like someone kills him and you like solve. It was
It was
no,
not
this was like
good.
this was not great. This is
I-
not great.
Is it D? I think it's D tier.
Is it D tier? I think
it's
it might be D tier.
I think it's D tier. I don't think it's that good, man. I don't know.
Is it better than Lies Swap? though? I'm gonna leave that one up to you.
I feel like just for the joke of it should be worse. Just for the joke of
But-
it. Because
But
Lies Water,
is
like.
it really?
It's just such a long game. I do not like it.
It's so long.
I think
yeah,
it's
I, don't,
I think it's worse than Lies Water. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah.
I'd rather
yeah,
play Lies
yeah.
Water.
All right. Yeah, that seems right.
Wheel of enormous
The
proportions.
wheel of enormous
The
proportions.
wheel.
I think
It's
I
a
think
good.
the
It's a
wheel-
good. It's a good.
this one's good, but it's so random.
It's
I think
so
that just
random and
messes
if-
with it sometimes.
The only problem is, it's pretty consistent to where you don't get it the first spin, you don't get it the second spin, and then it's
Yeah.
like 50-50 on the third spin. So on the third spin,
Yeah.
if you're the first person to get to spin, the chances are you're gonna win at that point already because you're
Yeah,
gonna be able to
yeah.
get a spin again every other time.
I think the best thing about it is that the trivia is really good.
The trivia is
And
phenomenal.
the way you answer it is
The
like
way
you
you
get a
answer
point
it
for
is
every one you got
phenomenal.
correct.
And then you get the
Out
power
of like
wheel.
16 answers or something.
Spinning the
the
wheel is
power
very
slices and
satisfying.
Spinning the
It's
wheel is good.
very
I think it's A
competitive on
tier.
that, and you don't
I'm
want
not
to
sure
have to get
where
the
in
same
A tier.
thing. Better than faking it.
Better than faking it, but I think it might just stop there.
Yeesh.
I don't think I would rather like if I'm going for trivia, I think I'd rather play Fibbage.
I think I'd agree. I think I'd actually agree with that. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
I think
That's
it's good
perfect
right
there.
there.
Yeah,
I
that's
think it's good
perfect
right
there.
there.
Zeepeldome.
All right, Zeeple Dome, that's F tier, but better than Joke Boat.
Uh,
It's not even Jackbox. It's like I don't understand what they were doing with that one.
yeesh. It's really not good.
It's like it was like Angry Birds, but in a Jackbox pack. It was really weird. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't Jackbox. There was
The
no.
concept was there. The host was
It's just kind of weird. It was like, what are we
It was
doing?
so
This is.
weird.
And there was like
I'd
some delay and like
at
latency and stuff with
least
your phone.
there was at least a cool aspect in terms of everyone getting to play at the same time and working together.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would put it in D tier.
I think it's highest of D tier,
Highest D
but I
tier.
think that's as far as it goes.
Yep, agreed. It's not better in bracketeering. I agree with that. Yep,
Yeah.
that's fine.
All right, Dodo Re Mi
Never played it.
might be S tier.
I have never played any of these last ones.
It is there is so it's pretty much like Rock Band or Guitar Hero or Fortnite Festival or any of those things. But there is an insane amount of songs that you can play. And
Okay.
it's very funny because you can like you play like stupid instruments and stuff.
Okay.
But it kind of sounds good when you watch the replay and everyone is like doing pretty good. But it's
Now-
also kind of like it makes like bad noises whenever you get a wrong note, so it's kind of funny when everyone's doing good and someone hits a bad note.
Like,
Yeah, and you have like some instruments are like sliding, like if you're playing like a vocal instrument or like a tuba or something, you have like a slider thing that you do instead.
Right.
Instead of like tapping like dots.
Interesting.
The only thing that brings it down is like it's like if you it's like live on your phone, so if you don't have it can kind of laggy sometimes on the songs that have more notes being played, like the drums and stuff. You got to be careful because it can get kind of laggy sometimes, but it's still really good when it's not laggy.
So how is the actual
think it's
gameplay on
S2.
it? How is the gameplay on it? Is it like
It's really good. I mean, I just like games like that.
but like is it like notes are falling down, you have to tap the button?
Yeah, it's like
On the
like
phone?
notes are coming down and you tap it as it hits the bottom.
Yeah,
And when you
that's
do,
S
you
tier.
like it comes out of your device, your phone or your headphones or whatever it is.
That's
And
S
then
tier.
you at the end when everyone's done, you like watch a replay and try to beat a certain score
Yeah, that's
to
cool.
win.
That's
But
cool.
everyone's playing as like different instruments and stuff, so like you get bonus points if people are playing different types of instruments. So if you have like someone on the drums, someone on guitar, someone playing vocals, and someone on the
Yeah.
bass, you get like a multiplier based on the different kind of instruments you're playing.
Yeah,
And
I'd like
there's
to play
so
that.
much stuff to unlock. It's crazy. It's like kind of Trivia Murder Party thing where like there's just a lot to do. Like you could make an entire game night out of just Dodo Re Mi.
Dang.
So I think it has to go in S tier.
All right.
It's definitely the best part of Pack 10.
Wow. All right. Well,
All right.
I agree
Fixie
with that.
Text.
Fixie
Fixie Text has some problems,
text.
but it's not great.
Okay.
But it's not a bad idea. It's like pretty much as you get like a message, like it's like a texting app kind of style thing, and you get a message from Aunt Martha, and it's like, can you pick up some tomatoes when you go to the grocery store, and don't forget to get some mayonnaise. And then you and a number of other players have to simultaneously write in one text box a response to the message.
Oh.
So like I'll be writing the introduction and you'll jump over there to the end and you'll be like ranting about something and I'll be like trying to make it so it introduces. It's like you write one text with a group of people. It's like a collaborative text message.
Okay.
The problem comes in if you don't, there's really no guidance. You just start typing and it's not great. It's kind of like talking points where you just kind of start going.
Yeah.
And there are some problems with like the the collaborative typing thing where sometimes your cursor gets messed up and it starts typing in weird spots that you didn't click on.
That
It's pretty
doesn't
buggy. It's
sound
pretty
good.
buggy.
That sounds like a D or C
Um,
tier.
yeah, it's definitely D tier. It's better than Dome though.
Is it?
I think it is because it's at least a Jackbox kind of style game.
Okay.
Um, and then it's kind of funny because at the end, like it text to speech voice like reads out the message that you sent. Kind of funny to hear sometimes with like typos and stuff, kind of like Madverse City. So
Right.
that's at least something about it to look forward to. Is like, boy, I can't wait to hear it say that thing in the text to speech voice. But it's not great. It's not great. But it's kind of fun to try it again every once in a while. Okay. Hypnotorious. I really like this one. This one is another really good one from Pack 10.
Okay.
It's kind of like faking it, but you can actually play it online and with people you know.
Online?
Because I mean like online meaning like not in person, like over voice chat and stuff.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
So this is the one, I think I've explained this one to you before, but this is the one where like everyone is an item. So like I'd be like a hot dog and you'd be like a hamburger and someone else is something that doesn't really fall into the category of like backyard barbecue foods or something.
Okay.
And we have to answer kind of whiplash job style questions as our thing to give hints to our potential teammates that were on team backyard barbecue.
Okay.
And the other player, so the I forgot what they're called, the outlier, I think is, doesn't know that they're the outlier. So like if I'm saying I'm the outlier and I'm like, a toothbrush.
Oh, so you want to give
I
hints
have
so
to
that they
try to
know who
blend
you are,
in.
but you don't
Yeah.
want to give enough hints that the person can
But
figure it out.
Yeah. You don't want to be known what you are. You just want to give enough information to know kind of the general idea of what you might be. So if you were a burger and you're trying to blend in with what you think your team is, because you could be the burger and you know that you're the burger, but you don't know if you're the outlier, if that's part of your team. You are trying to give hints that suggest you're a burger, but not so much so that if you realize you're the outlier, you can't twist it back around and start lying about what you are to try to blend in better with what you now think
like,
that the majority prompt is.
You'd be like, grill. And then the person would be like, charcoal. And it's like,
yeah. So like, and then at the end of the game, or between like I think it's like a 3 rounds thing, between each round, you kind of like try to make some
that's like faking it, yeah.
sorting
like
choices. It's definitely very faking it. It's like a better faking it, I think.
I'd put that
it's
in
very
A tier
funny
then.
because
That
sometimes
sounds pretty good.
you will be so sure you're part of like the majority group and you're like, yeah, no, it's not me, guys, you guys messed up, like completely honestly not knowing that you're the actual outlier.
That's awesome.
Or no one even picked you, and then you just like, you don't even know that it's you, and then it pops up and says that Snowy was the outlier, and it's like, oh wait, what? I was so sure it was somebody else.
All right, yeah, A tier.
So
that sounds A tier.
I think it's A tier. I think Fibbage 3 is kind of well, I think it's better than Push the Button though. I think right there is good. I think it's good there. That's another one I think would be fun to play with you guys. I think that would be a fun one.
I feel like that one sounds better than Fibbage 3 to me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think that one sounds better than Fibbage 3.
Okay. All right, the last one. This is crazy. We've done them all.
We've done them all. Wow, this is crazy.
This is Time Jinx. But do you know anything about this one? Was this part of Pack 10? I think
it's part of Pack 10. I don't know it.
This one is, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It's like, it's kind of like espionage, where you're given like a time frame of like when you think something happened, like some specific event. Like, can't think of any good examples, but like, a certain like a Beatles album came out. What?
I can't think of any good examples.
Oh, yeah, that happened, didn't it?
Yeah. All right, go on.
So it's like when I'm just gonna give you a minute.
No, go on. All right, I'm good.
So it's like, a range of time where a certain like Beatles album came out or something, and you have to make a guess, except it's not usually.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why I'm waiting for you
I'm so lost. Oh, starting again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So you have a range of time, okay? So it's
Yep.
like a line, and it starts at like 1950, and it ends in like 1980,
Okay.
and you have to choose a date in there, kind of like espionage, where you're choosing a percentage, where you think this certain thing happened, and you get points based on how close you were to that answer.
Ooh, okay.
And it kind of messes around with like different things that happened like a long time ago, or things that happened recently, like different memes and stuff that were popular at different times, or different people who won different
be like, somebody touch on
American
my
Idol
spaghetti.
or something,
Be like, when was somebody touch on my spaghetti? Wasn't it 2017? No, 2018.
Yeah, something like that. So like you don't have to get it perfectly. You have to just get it close.
Okay.
It's kind of like golf scoring, where the higher score you have, the worse you're doing. You get more points the further away from the answer you were.
Gotcha.
Like how many years off you were. So you want to have less years offset from 0.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty good. I think it does get kind of weird because there's like some like challenge rounds where they kind of do some weird things, that variations on that kind of style thing, where you're trying to guess dates or kind of like fix things in the timeline, where you have like a sentence that's wrong that you have to change with the actual fact that it is. So I think it's like B or C or something. I want to say...
Is it better than Guespionage?
I want to say it's worse than Guespionage, but not by much. But it's kind of better than Guespionage.
I feel like it should be better than Guespionage.
I think it's like...
It sounds like a Guespionage 2 point of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like, just given the concept, I feel like it should be like C tier compared to most Jackbox games, like the style of it.
Yeah.
I'd put it top of C.
I think it's
for the
fair.
For how it sounds. All right, let's go over everything, and then afterwards, if we could pull up like a list of the Jackbox party packs, and then rank them based on that.
Okay, I may have to take a break in the middle of this to get some lunch.
Gotcha.
But we can go back through it and verify that this is good, and then I'll leave for a bit and come back.
Yep. So this shouldn't take long.
All right. So S tier, we have Trivia Murder Party 2 at the top.
100%.
I think
agree.
that's good.
100%.
I think that's good. Fibbage is good right there too. I think this is pretty much a tie right here.
That's pretty much a tie, but Trivia Murder Party barely manages it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Agree. Blather Round.
Fantastic. I think that works right. That's
fantastic sleuthing game. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
TKO 2, top tier.
Probably a very good choice. I don't, like I said, I don't play a lot of TKO in general, but it was I really enjoy the times I have.
Also, being able to make your own shirt, like that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, and you can like buy it for like $40 or whatever it is.
Not bad, really.
I mean, it's kind of expensive, but I mean, I guess if there was something really funny and you were gonna
custom and for like a joke, like
sure.
Job is
good.
Job, so good.
Definitely good.
Quiplash XL.
I can't say Quiplash XL, but it sounds good.
It is so.
Dodo-Re-Mi, definitely good.
Yep.
We got to play Jackbox 10 at some point, just so you play
really
Dodo-Re-Mi and Hippotorius, and
we really do need to play that.
All
at
of
some point.
Pack 10 is actually like really good.
Because
even like Time Jinx is C tier, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
It's top of C tier. It's like better than almost 40% of the Jackbox games.
Yeah. it's not bad. It's definitely it's good. It's just
barely under the middle ground.
I think it's just there's a lot of better trivia games like Trivia Murder Party and Fibbage and stuff.
Patently
it's
Stupid.
Hard to beat those.
Patently Stupid is almost S tier, but it just barely isn't at the cut.
Yeah. I think it's just the fact that it's not an S tier is just because sometimes it's kind of awkward with certain groups.
It's kind of awkward with certain groups.
Like having all that attention on them.
It's still all there. All the elements are there. It's a great drawing game.
Yeah, good. Madverse City, definitely one of my favorites.
Definitely a good game.
Love that one a lot.
Really funny.
It's fun to try to like work in the rhymes and also work with you. It's a hard game, but it's fun to like work with the prompts you're given and try to make it rhyme and everything.
Yep. And then to
roast making like people. Callbacks and stuff.
Making
like
callbacks
2
is
and
so
3.
good. Yep, it's so good.
So cool.
Yep. TKO1,
TKO1,
always
perfect,
a
I
good
think.
game. Pretty much perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much better you can do after that. That says a
True,
lot
no.
about the games after it,
That
because I
says a
think
lot
TKO is,
about S tier because the TKO
yeah,
being A tier, it says a
TKO is really
lot
good.
about S tier.
Yeah, yeah.
Trivia Murder Party 1,
Dream Murphy
just
1,
about as good as Murder Party
definitely.
2, really is.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's kind of like TKO 1 and 2. It's like just improvements.
Just
It's not that
improvements.
this is a worse game.
Yep.
It's just that this adds so much more stuff to it.
It does.
Push the button.
Push the button is
I can't say a
overall
lot about, but it does
really,
a lot of fun
really fun.
to get better at it.
An excellent sleuthing game, very unique in the style. It moves a lot faster than you think it does because you need time to be able to think, and then you're all stressed out at the end. It's like, wait, no, I already pushed the button, and you guys didn't vote with me, so now you have to push it. Go push it, push it. It's like, yeah, it's stress at the end. It's good.
Bitch 3 is good where it is, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Hypnotorious.
I think we could probably just stop after like C tier.
Yeah, there's no
Because
need.
we know D and F
Joke
and
Boat.
Unplayed are
Joke
right.
Boat doesn't even need a
Joke Boat just-
mention.
Yeah.
There's
we
no
don't even need to talk
about
about where that one is.
it. Yeah. The wheels.
The best joke of Joke
excellent.
Boat is itself.
The best joke is that it's called Joke Boat, and it's the worst joke of the game series. Faking
And then
it.
the wheel.
The wheel. Yep.
I like the wheel. I want to like it, but it's just sometimes there's some problems with it and the
There's
randomness
some
and
problems
stuff.
with it, but it
But
is
it's
still
good.
an A
It's
tier
good
game.
overall.
It's still really
pretty
good.
good overall.
Faking it definitely
And
does
Faking
struggle
It-
with some stuff, but the concept
It's
itself
not
is
great,
so
but it's-
unique, and
It's
it is
too good to not put it up in A.
It's too good not to put it in A because of how good it is with certain groups. Certain groups will hate it and think it's F tier. Other groups will think it is the best
Yeah.
Jackbox game. And
I
it
would
is
probably
overall.
personally just like if it was going to be my list on my own of kind of how I enjoy
Put
it,
in,
it'd
like,
probably be more down in C,
And
high
that's
C
valid.
maybe.
And that is absolutely valid. But
Because
every
it's
time I
not
play
something
with
I play my group a lot. It's
my
just
group
not.
with Austin and then his wife and then my sister, our group together is like perfect for faking it. So we
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
But I absolutely see the flaws in it. Like,
yeah. There's just some problems when you know your group too well.
yeah,
Like I said, if I said that I had some number of food things to eat, and I'm playing with my family, they know that like I've only eaten probably the things that they've eaten this week. So if there's like a question about what we've eaten in the past week and I answered something different than everyone else, that's gonna immediately rat me out because if everyone's like
it's so
saying
true.
0 and I'm
It's
like
so
3,
true.
they're gonna be like, what have you been doing? You've been like eating some midnight burgers or something?
Midnight egg.
Midnight eggs.
Have I ever told you about midnight eggs?
You posted a picture of yourself with an egg in your mouth and said midnight eggs, and I just kind of ignored it for a while and then finally asked, and you briefly explained it, but I
Yeah.
kind of forgot. It's like some New Year's thing that you and Austin started joking about.
Yeah, so it was because we lost power one year, and right before we lost power, we decided we wanted to go ahead and boil up the rest of our eggs, so that we'd have a substance, food source. It's good
Oh,
food
yeah.
source, and we put all of these boiled eggs in a baggie. Well, it turned to like the first night, and we started eating them. And it was like, they're pretty good. Second day comes around, and it's almost midnight, and we're starting to get hungry. It's like, all right, let's go open a bag. We opened up that bag, and before you even fully open the bag, the scent of those eggs fill
no.
the entire room.
Oh no.
And it is instantly like as if someone took a stink bomb and scented it with
Oh, no.
eggs. And it was just it was so eggy. It was like, it's just so pungent. And we started eating these eggs and they were really good, but they were pungent. And we started calling them midnight eggs because of like the thing. So, and next, like several months later, when I was at my brother's house staying the night for something, he had cooked up some eggs and put them in a baggie. So, and that morning before I went to work, I went over there to that bag, opened it up, and took a picture and left it on the counter for him. And I told him I midnight eggs house.
Oh no.
he got a good laugh out of it. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
Anyways, I think this is there's not much else
I
to
think
really
this
talk
is good.
about with that list.
I think yeah, I think I'm pretty okay with everything else.
It would just be about finding out which pack is the best overall.
Yeah,
Given-
yeah, we'll have to do that later.
We'll have to do that later.
I gotta eat and then I gotta do some stuff after lunch. So
Either way, that's gonna be a wrap for this. That's a good.
that was fun.
That was fun.
I can't believe that I was like, we're gonna go through this so quick, and then it took us like an hour and a half or 2 hours or however long it's been.
Yeah. Well, that just shows how passionate.
But, I
we
mean,
are.
I guess it's 50 games, so
50 games
makes
is a
sense.
lot.
It's a lot to talk about.
And a lot of good ones.
I can't believe I remember all that.
I know, me
the
too.
rules
It's
and
been
how
a-
everything works.
It's been a while. Yeah, we got to play again.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of these I haven't gotten to play with you or the rest of the group
Yep.
in a long time or ever.
Pretty much
And
ever.
I think it'd be a lot of fun on some of these. Like, I really want to see like how you
Hypnotorious,
guys would play
Dodo
Hypnotorious,
Ray Me, TKO2, Patently Stupid,
Time Jinx,
Time
Family Stupid for
Jinx,
sure.
Monster Seeking Monsters. I do want to do that one again. Rumouring. I really want to do Rumouring.
It's been so long since I played Monster Seeking
It's been
Monster.
so
I
long.
would love to just play it again just for like the almost nostalgia. of
Invisible
it.
person. And then whenever you find the
um,
zombie, it's like, oh no! Everyone's immediately like, oh no.
Oh no. I forgot what he did, but I remember it was
So
not good.
the zombie, after he dates someone, they turn into a zombie. And if
Oh,
everyone
that's
in the lobby is
right.
a zombie, then the zombie automatically wins.
That's right.
And it's impossible
crazy.
not to have someone get a date with a zombie initially, and then it's almost
Yeah.
impossible for them to not date someone else. So it almost always turns into like the entire lobby has dated the zombie.
Wow. Do you know if you've turned into a zombie? I can't remember.
No, you do not find out until the
Oh,
zombie is
no.
revealed. If the zombie is revealed at the last part, then it's almost immediately like, okay, yeah, we lost.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many good games.
So
Like,
many.
The fact that only like
Only
six of
six
them are
games are in
in
D tier
D and F tier,
is pretty impressive.
that's like crazy because these aren't even bad. Like C would
C
be
is not even all that bad.
like any other situation. These would be like B or A tier. It's
Yeah.
just that these are so good.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Very nice.
very nice. That was fun. Thanks for doing that with me.
That was fun.
That was a good time.
didn't
I
have a
actually
chance
had
to do
a.
that.
I loved that. I'm glad
that
we
was
did that.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, man. That's
All
gonna be
right.
a wrap. You go and eat your lunch. Maybe later on we can do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We should definitely try to see if we can get some jackpots
Oh,
wrangled
yeah.
up now that we've talked about it
Now
so
that we've
much.
talked about it so much, I want to. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like to. Maybe later
Yeah.
tonight at some point.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I will see you.
I will see you. Have a good one, Snowy.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye.